Riven, stop typing space bars in chat again.
And when Riven stops typing spacebars in chat, we'll say hi everyone, welcome to session 36 of Echoes of the Forgotten.
Beautiful timing.
It's been beautiful timing. Just to keep the players up, my microphone is working, yes, and the audio is working, good. I've given every party member 2,000 experience. This is for collective milestone XP for beating the trial, as well as the fight against the eyes. They should have been awarded something, regardless if they lost. So we just fixed them up because I felt they were lagging a little bit behind. And they're about 1,700 experience away from leveling up. But with that, I think we'll get introductions going right away, Darian.
I was going to say, it is pretty easy to feel like you're lagging behind when we actually just forgot to give them the XP.
Exactly. Oh, also, Judas, Selena, and Terra have inspiration for the week.
Yay!
Last time on Echoes, the Gatekeepers concluded a night of intense sleep. Several dreams were had and rituals were cast, and boons claimed. Once awake, they gathered their things and ascended to the ground floor of the tower, finding their way still blocked by the massive tree that had sprouted there. Several minutes of debate occurred where the party considered burning the tree down, cutting it down, finding an alternate path, and eventually, through pure luck and bullshittery, the tree was encased in crystal and the party was able to smash a path through the even more broken entranceway to their weave tower. Heading back to their believed to be waiting wagon, they were informed that it had left the prior day when the tree sprouted. Deciding the only method of travel remaining was walking, they began by not walking. The goblins gave them a lift as far south as they could before being blown up by Osiris, accidentally casting Fireball on himself due to a wild magic effect, and then around them when he tried sending a message to Azeroth. In the process of blowing up, he fell unconscious and didn't hear the response from Azeroth, who appeared suddenly and was forced out of his humanoid form back into his full draconic form as cabbages started raining from the sky. A brief conversation was had where once Osiris was brought back up, the party learned that apparently the Liches weren't actually good, and maybe losing a phylactery to people trying to kill them was a bad idea? Who knows. But they asked for a ride out, Azeroth said no and flew away, and they headed south. For a place that's meant to be super dangerous, they came across little resistance as they traveled, and eventually met up with a pair of Leonin and a Kenku who were apparently waiting for them. They grouped up and continued heading south, eventually made it to the scrublands while keeping a wary eye on their new traveling companions. They finally having reached the savannah, they planned their next course of action and had a night's rest.
So we are at the dusk of the 6th of Prate. I believe there was a conversation to be had between Jakova and the party, and the party and the NPCs as well. There was some questions wanting to be asked. So let me just get the map up of the land while you guys start that.
Yeah, so Jakova wants to gather everyone around, I assume, fire pit, even if it's not lit. Just gather everyone. It could just be
it's a little campfire thing. Yeah, they ripped out like a section in the grass where it's far enough away that you're not going to light any fires, and they've gathered some small stones there to contain any sparks that fly.
Oh, I'm not kidding. It can just be a circle of stones. It doesn't have to be lit. But basically, yeah, Jakova wishes to gather everyone around that if there's no issues with that. Well, yeah, sort of request it to everyone. Can we all meet up over there in a moment?
Sure thing.
Good. And yeah, once everyone's gathered up, assuming no one's not gathering up.
Anybody go out of their way to not group up?
I gather up.
I'd probably be a bit further back from the others, but still probably just at least partly see what's being said before deciding whether or not to bugger off.
So, glad you're all here. As I said when we were leaving the wastes, I wanted to talk to you all. So, I'll just get to it. I've never been the best with the speaking to groups thing, but I can't any longer continue my goal alone. Having talked with Osiris there, it seemed I'm not cold crazy for seeing spiritual lions after all. The last time we passed through here before heading to that, well, damned building, I believe I was given a message of some sort to think on. I guess I'm trying to say, going forward, I want to know you're all in for hunting down and ridding this continent of the corruption within the eyes. It's been a bit over 5 months since we met, and I've never really said thank you or even called myself part of the group. So, I'm not asking this as Chikura, but officially as Arkvar of a pack name that I don't think my rightful place to claim is there as of yet. When the time comes, I will claim it, but as a sign of requesting help, I want to answer any questions that might be lingering, any unkempt feelings, and to not lose another that I've come to call friend. It was quite saddening when I heard about the loss of Suitcase. Perhaps I could have stopped that. In good faith, I want to share what was spoken to me if you're willing to allow me to continue speaking. That's a pause there as Chikura's sort of looking around at you all.
Selena nods.
Christine doesn't interject.
Judas will sit down.
So, the lions, they sort of alternated their speech as they spoke different parts, but it was like the path that you walk versus the path you choose. Is it one of struggle or of the least resistance? Will I seek answers or will I curse the void for its silence? And he sort of goes on going over some more of this. I think it's been read out before, so I don't have to read the whole thing. Before finally finishing up, and if it's not too much already with what I've already said, I would wish to take part in the Great Pride if we were able to come back through in time for such an event. That's all I had. If any questions, I guess now's the best time.
These lions was one white and one black.
Yes.
Back in the tower, I came across two hobgoblins. They spoke in a manner very similar to what you just described, and they said something along the same lines towards me. Do you know their names?
History?
Religion.
Yeah, religion.
That one I'm good at.
Dimitri's always
Could I-
quiet.
Could I make a religion check on this at all? See if they...
Oh,
Yeah,
you-
anyone can.
I'd say if you're trained. I'll say if you're trained.
Then no.
Okay. Yeah, if you've got proficiency in religion, you can make a check if you wish to.
I'll do it.
I'm not trained in... I have no proficiencies, so I won't do it.
What if you're proficient in pretty much everything?
You can. You're a bard. You get random obscure knowledge all the time. Huh?
Oh, but that history,
You're not.
though...
It's like cheating, but it works.
As you all are pondering this, you all get this information as Busara speaks up. The twin gods, known as the path, the path of... fuck, I forgot. The document closed. The path travelled and the path least travelled. They are the gods of choice. They work under the god Tabrus as one of his many aspects. And they come to people who are in dire straits with their inner turmoil.
That sums up most of the party, doesn't it? But,
They
I will
use...
say as a little tip of all of you, with the religion checks, you also remember almost every time you guys have left a major city, there have been these like small little black and white shrines near like the major gates, and it's never in the main way, but some of you have noticed them in the past.
As what happens with the new phase of gods. They did once have mortal names, but have long since chose this new nomination.
Well, that's something. I guess that means it's more than a couple of us that have witnessed it then, just in different forms.
They said that I would find no answers before.
I'd be inclined to agree.
Tabras
I'm not
is
surprised.
Tabras is not a god that leads players of the world to goals. Tabras is a god of wisdom. Mortal wisdom. Ones that you come up with on your own throughout the actions of your life. Communicating with this god is a very rare, once in a millennia experience, and very few have a strong enough connection to do so.
So I guess it's kind of more about finding your own path and finding your own choices.
Sentiment I'm sure you can relate to.
Oh yeah. And that being said, Jakuf, you've followed us around this whole time and done what we've been doing, but we haven't really done anything that you've wanted to do. So if you want to do this pride thing, then if it's going to happen, then it should happen.
It
You
might
should
also
do
be
it.
the only chance I have to return something to someone that it belongs to. Referring back to the good old talisman of Dazel. Which I will show as I sort of say that.
Do we know when it's going to happen?
It
She
won't,
sort of looks towards the...
it won't be for many more months.
As in...
We have
should
time.
be able to get to the Concordant for Osiris and back in time. We'll make a point of it.
Yes, well, we're kind of around the fire, all of this. I'm still questioning if we actually lit it or not, but...
He's lit up.
Yeah.
You,
So I suppose, does anyone else have any things they feel they need to get out?
I think that if we are going back to Ghislaine again, that we should all try to, well, at least the people who will be noticed in Ghislaine should definitely make a point of hiding themselves a bit more.
I should probably also keep an eye on that place for certain people.
I have something to say. She like, and she kind of just like, for the first time, just like makes proper eye contact with Jakiro. What's to say you aren't just going to leave us again?
There's nothing to say that I won't. Only this time I don't plan to leave without a good reason.
And you can promise that.
If you want it in blood, I'll give it in blood.
It almost ended in blood last time. He saved us.
Then don't let his memory go to rest.
Bit of an eye narrow on that. Then there's silence.
And that's another point as well. We do have a bargain to, well, a bargain in blood, I guess, to make with Zul in the future. Do you think that we can do it? Do you think that Well, do you think that you can do it?
With my current strength,
I don't think we can do it at anyone's current strength, but
truth be told, I don't think so either. I do believe, though, sort of looking towards my favorite tin can friend. I think with enough reasoning, me and him might be able to hold the front line while the rest of you blast with everything else.
No.
Have a little hope.
What do you mean, no?
This path that you are deciding to travel down. I've been walking it for the past 7 years. I've wanted that man dead for 7 years and have never come close. You may notice that, and I'd reach back and grab at nothing because my sword's not there. I lost my sword in the tower. My faith on believers wavering. One thing is standing clear. No one is going to fight soul but me. It is the only way it ends.
I'm sorry?
it's foolish to think that one person has a right to kill another. I understand that this is something, he has done something so terrible to you, but he also did something terrible to us. And this shouldn't be about justice or revenge. This should be about getting rid of something dangerous that can hurt people.
That is why it was molded. It is why it must only be me.
Like
Why
how will
only
they-
you?
Because I am what I am. He will not accept a duel or any sort of way to get rid of his power once and for all. The stranglehold he controls over the Scarlet Spear. If one of you decide to go up there. Me, I know. I fought with him. I know him. I know his men. I know his tactics. I am the best chance you guys got at this. And I don't want to see anybody else fall to him.
None of that matters to me.
As
I
long
will
as
get
this-
my hands around his neck, and I will drain that life from him.
As long as this is not some kind of walking into a death trap.
I'm not
This is
saying no.
For both of you. This is just foolishness. We do it when we're strong enough. We don't need to do it on our own.
I am not doing this for my own selfish reasons. I am doing this for the betterment of my people.
So you're hiding those reasons for something else, a just cause.
You
At
didn't
least I'm
wa-
showing it.
You didn't watch him behead 35 men just for the fun of it. You didn't watch him strike down your beloved while she was pregnant. You didn't watch him cut her head off, laugh at your face, and then burn your city to the ground. You didn't watch that. I did. So you give up on this vengeance right now, because I don't want you to be like me,
Because your
living for
vengeance is
one
stronger.
reason.
For one reason, you say. Well, I guess you could say I'm doing one better than that. Not that either option is a good one for me. You're probably a little bit too late for that.
Too late.
Enough of this! For Christ's sake! Listen to you two. You may be through so much and be so much older than us, Judas, but and Christine, you should know better than that as well. We both went through this. We both saw what he could do. And you're just going to throw yourself at him and do exactly what Court did? And make us have to watch that?
Turns her head.
I would do anything to make that not happen. And Judas, I would do anything to make that you not do the same thing. It's just this blind hatred. This just desire to throw yourself into the pit. I thought this was going to be a good conversation where we talk to each other and learn and grow bonds, and Jakova is opening up and it's fantastic, and I'm so glad, but it's just all you just so much rage.
I think that's something you're overlooking, Selena.
What do you mean?
This is them being open. Judas has every right to be angry, the same with Christine. And you are right. They are very much looking at this from different perspectives. Vengeance is not the right way.
Maintaining anger for so long is not healthy.
If I may, the only reason I simmered down a bit is because I stopped and looked at myself for a good couple weeks while I was gone. When you first met me, I was angry, was I not? Nothing but a raging furball burning down church after church to free innocents. How is that any difference to seeking vengeance on people that, quite frankly, didn't deserve the sentence they got? There are several hunters throughout these lands that probably would be thankful if I ever went and seen them, but my reasoning wasn't to save them initially. When I came back to you, it's after I'd spent several weeks amongst some of the most peaceful people I've ever met. People who were not taking into the expanse of, well, as you mentioned, the hobgoblins, and very much their own kind. I got very lucky. They saved me, to be fair, but there's a lot you can learn from stopping and just looking at yourself. Even if it has to be in a place you're unfamiliar with, though, I find. A place where you are very much stuck out on your own with... a place where you feel you're in danger.
They would have expected you to be the one with all of the wisdom.
I have a lot to learn. That doesn't mean I'm forgiving that damn dragon, though.
I feel like you've got a lot to teach us.
I was a teacher for the Virali.
I think after that, I think after that sort of speech from Jakova about looking inwards and stuff like that, Christine would probably just probably turn herself a bit more away and probably think about starting to head back to where she was.
As for the rest of you, well, Tara, I gotta be honest, I still don't fully know much about you, and I still stand by my word. You're not a replacement for my little friend. But you are welcome.
Tara just gives the thumbs up and goes, honestly, there's not much to know about me.
Cyrus is someone you could look to if you wanted wisdom. He's seen a lot more than I ever will.
He's seen more than I have.
GM Thugisa, you're not part of this.
What?
God damn it.
That's like a sire.
Judas, we have a lot of history we need to solve. That's outside of everything we also both experience individually. Selena, I'm never apologizing for throwing you in the water.
No, I kind of needed it, honestly.
And
I
well,
was sitting around feeling sorry for myself.
Christine, who I assume is wandering off at this point.
She hasn't started wandering just yet, but she's looking back to like her little like camp spot basically.
And as for Christine, well,
Turns head.
we might not always see it eye to eye, but I'd like to believe that you're sorting through your own stuff in your own way. Perhaps you will find a way that we can help, or we find a way to help you. Now, I think it's best we all retire and perhaps keep watch. As much as I trust the other packs of these lands, not all of them are friendly. Looking towards, I assume some of them are around.
As you look around, roll perception.
Yep. That one there.
As you go to gaze and look around, you don't see anything, and as you turn back, you see as Basara's got a large flank of rib from some prey that was killed, like a deer, and is now rotating it over this campfire.
Mm-hmm.
You have been given a sanction from the twins on behalf of, through me and my proteges. No harm shall happen to you as you cross the savannah.
Thank you.
It seems your goal is the city of Gislane. May I inquire about how you are going there?
We haven't quite decided yet.
We could always go the way we got there the first time, but... Is there a reason why you're asking?
I've been fortunate to gaze into your immediate future. South will bring you nothing but trouble.
I feel like trouble's what helps people grow, is it not?
It can be.
But we could also just walk through the savannah. It'll be a long walk.
It'd probably barely make the land bridge.
Either way, it's best we avoid the Absalom fiefdom again.
That place sucks.
How much time would we have before the land bridge is gone?
I remember you told me this because I asked this last session, but I forget what it was.
I believe it was a couple months.
As summer is starting to, summer has waned by now, as you're very much into, fall.
Falls.
It's not that it's out, it's not that it'll be out for forever. That's not going to happen probably until the month before winter hits. It's going to be out for longer periods of time in between.
So the actual window to cross is the area where the tide is low enough to cross at the moment is getting shorter and shorter. But for this month at least, you'll still have enough time to make the run without any risk of getting flooded if you do it early.
And the distance we have to travel is probably
A lot.
able to do that within a month.
Osiris, could you roll an intelligence check?
Yeah, sure, man. That one.
Okay.
Nice.
Rex.
All I hear is slurping noises.
Oh, good.
Too busy talking to yourself in your head.
I guess I'll open this up to anyone who's got a history check or a nature check or something intelligence based that could.
Sure.
I can go history because Gislane.
So is it still flat intelligence or?
Yeah, fine. You can use your skill.
Okay. History.
I remember those days of -1 int.
I still got those days.
Honestly, with those rolls immediately, you don't need to worry about it. You guys have already made this travel in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
You could think that from where you are now to Gislane capital is going to be around, depending obviously on situations that happen and whatnot, on foot it's going to take you about 31 days.
Yeah.
And taking the trip to the boats in Telnerus.
Just getting to Telnerus itself, you don't know how long exactly the boats will take, but just getting to Telnerus itself is going to take you, I believe, around 10 or 11 days.
12 days.
12 days. There you go. We have it written out, but I can't see it. And then you got to get the boat the whole way. And while boat is faster than walking, you are having to go slightly east and then all the way west and north. So it is a slightly more roundabout trip. It could end up taking pretty much around the same time, honestly. The other person who would know probably more in depth would be Osiris, the one person who's actually probably spent a lot of time on boats. He failed the check.
Oh, do I get that like a proficiency bonus, or is it just the intelligence check?
Yeah, what proficiency bonus did you add? History would work well for you.
History? Well, my history is a +6, so that's an extra 3.
Okay, so that'd be a 10. Still not enough to get the exact time limit, but you'd say it would. It's a similar situation where it could end up taking you around 30 days. Maybe a day or two less, maybe a day or two more, you're not 100% sure.
And that's perfect sailing. Nothing bad happens to you. The weather
So it
is good.
almost seems better to walk then.
I'm not an advocate for sailing always going perfect in the way it should. I assume with all the sailing I have had
Yes.
to do.
I feel
As long
like
as you just don't go nearest the wall.
it seems almost foolish to
not
take a
talking
boat
pirates.
when it's cheaper and it roughly takes the same amount of time to walk. But
It's good cardio.
it is good cardio.
Good bonding time if we're camping.
I promise I won't walk into the forest when we walk past it. That one can be for later.
I get that in writing.
I feel like under Christie's breath, she'd probably just mutter, "Not that anyone would probably stop you."
Just passive 17 hit.
Yeah, probably not. Actually, I think that there's a bit distance between us.
Yeah, no, you moved away. I don't
Yeah.
expect to.
Disadvantage.
I-
Disadvantage passive. It's
Detect
-5.
thoughts.
Not -5.
That would be a 12 still, but I doubt it.
Do you actually do detect thoughts?
No.
Did Osiris actually ask, can I get that in writing?
Yes.
Selena pulls out a page of her notebook and just writes down,
Oh,
I promise I will not walk into Voneutia
I'm kidding,
Forest
kiddo.
for the Travaja trial. Selena and her like signature beneath it. And even like the little like stamp. You keep that. Don't show that to anyone, by the way.
Well,
Incriminating
Uh,
information.
DMs. What's the stamp?
It's just the Gislaine symbol, basically.
It's the sigil of Ghislaine, which you know to be a Pegasus.
Actually,
If
forgot
someone
about that.
saw it, they'd know who I was.
at the very least, if we were to travel on foot, as long as we're in the savannah, and I don't know if it applies to the scrublands as much, I could at least hunt fairly well.
I'll check the Atheneum tonight and see if I can find a map.
If things do get tight, I can create food.
Yeah, I got the shelter.
And I believe
it's-
Terra is quite adept at doing good berries.
Druid's like, I got a jar of dirt.
I do
Thanks,
believe.
berries, though.
Now, my memory might be wrong on this, so I'm going to do a history on this, and then ask the DMs if there would be anything that recalls with this.
Go ahead.
So with that history roll,
Mm-hmm.
do I know if sort of going, say I'll try and draw this on the map. So say we head sort of down, I assume we're heading the land bridges over there or something. I can't remember the exact spot, but
Yeah, that's the land bridge, right at the little tip.
there.
Yep.
Okay. Well, say we head sort of down towards this bit here, like anywhere along that border of the scrubland, the savannah. With a history of that, would I know if there's any like small little, more civilized encampments?
With the 16, you know that they're not. The scrublands are a dangerous place. They're almost as dangerous as the wastes. This is because that it borders the waste, the savannah, and the Great Forest all at once. It's not very hospitable. There are nomadic tribesmen that live there, but they are very much harsher people than the ones in the savannah.
Then I'll reword it. If I'm recalling correctly, if we want to restock rations, as much as I hate to say it, safest bet would be to go to some small place, nearby the Absalon border.
As long as we be very, very careful.
As long as we don't head into the main
Are
part
we
of the
actually
fiefdom.
considering that, considering what just happened?
No,
No.
of course not.
Good.
I'd much rather hunt and teach you.
Yes, I actually looked for the hunt. It's been a good while since I've let the friends know.
I hand you just a spear. Do you know how to hold this?
Take the spear. Look at it. I start flipping it around.
Performance?
Pull it.
Do an athletics check.
Oh,
Also, are you? Is your mic pointed to you again, Demi?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I just move a lot, AJ. I can't sit still.
he's very emotive.
Try and keep the mic in front of
Need a
you when you
headset.
move because.
Gesticulate.
But yeah,
Okay.
are you rolling to see if you can spin it?
Oh,
Yeah, it's fine. You've done the parade twirl before.
mad skills.
Which is weird because that implies that hobgoblins teach
At the parade.
baton.
No, the eyes. It's
Somewhere.
just part of the discipline or marching in sync. That's part of the whole big make yourself, the iron rod that you need to have up your ass in order to do your job right.
Well, good.
We
There
will
is
help.
one other matter though before we settle down for the night. I think. How's everyone feeling with their current equipment?
Why?
As I take the spear back.
Yeah, give it back.
And to answer why, it's because as much as I can take a hit up front, I feel like given time, I'm going to need to come up with something a little better than just bones.
I've got a plan to get something that might give me a little bit more defense so that you don't have to worry about saving my hide quite as often.
I
Yeah.
also like to be selfish, but I sort of rattle my chainmail. I would prefer plate, but that's very expensive, and that would take time.
It's just something to consider. I mean,
That and if we're going to be walking around, I can't. I thank you for the cloak, by the way, but I can't go wearing this armor by itself, considering I am KIA.
yes, we will find you another solution for that. Alternatively, I could try and punch a hole in it.
I have two quick questions.
Yes.
This is for the party.
Oh.
Do you still wish to be called by Jakubra or Akvar? Akvar? Akvora?
Aqua.
Akvor.
Think of it like how you more.
Akvor.
Think of it more like how a lion might say Arthur.
Doesn't answer my question.
But to the party, you're welcome to call me by Arkfo, even if I still feel I haven't quite fully earned that name back.
Well, cool. Second question.
Speaking of, I don't think I should be going by Judas anymore.
Arkfo, Jakuvra will start stroking the main beard.
I'll stroke my
Yes.
main beard. Yes.
Are you asking for a name or saying that you would like to be called something else?
I have a
As
great idea
Hob-
for names.
As Hobgoblin, culture dictates when your squadron or platoon has passed on, you adopt a new name. Your old name dies with that. The eyes left me for dead, so I can no longer use this name anymore.
Did you have another name in mind?
I was given this one, so talk over to everybody.
Great idea.
Sudden Jew.
Mhm.
Dumas. It's like dumbass.
I like it. But perhaps we shouldn't insult his intelligence.
Oh, that was the name of a character that Darian was going to play in a D&D.
Yes.
A name is something you choose.
You see, Judas. He's put his hands up to his mouth. You could swear that he chuckled at that.
I'm just gonna write out the name I suggested, and I would imagine other people could as well.
Sidinju. That's pretty cool. Well, you're you, so you should just choose anything that you feel fits. If you're not happy with Judas, then just make your own name, I guess.
That's what I did.
I did it for a while as well.
Pick a name that is you. Or what you want to be.
How about we give it some time, let him go over and think about all different possibilities, and if you still haven't come up with something in, say, a couple days, then we'll revisit the subject.
Okay.
On to my second question before I get interrupted again. He scans the party, waiting for someone else to speak.
Go on.
Yes.
Can I borrow your gauntlets for the night?
Which ones?
Your bone ones.
You break
have
them,
an
you
idea.
buy them.
I'm not gonna break them. I'll just.
Do you want them in the party sheet or?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll hand you those ones, as I will then immediately put on the combat ones.
Don't put them on.
Fair,
As
fair.
you start to put them on, Basara gets up, unravels a pack, and hands you 2 of the blade mechanisms for combat gauntlets.
Oh,
Make your own. As is tradition.
that's fair. That sounds fun. Oh, well, I can defend myself with my fists if I need to in the meantime, so sure. And I will graciously accept what he's offering.
You get 2 long blades, probably doubling your arm length when fully retracted. At the end has a spindle for you to be able to like put a nut and bolt to swing it in and out whenever you need it. As you are looking around, you see that both Odetta and Vasilia, they've got their own like blades. Odetta seems to have much shorter ones, and they're designed to probably go around her legs. But you see that they're looking at different parts of the prey they caught for dinner tonight, seeing what they want to use for these combat gauntlets, as you were taught to make the old bone ones similar.
There is one advantage to the bone, just in case you were curious, Osiris. Do you remember back when we were originally dealing with the dwarves?
Is this gonna come back to the rust monsters?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
There's a reason I like bone over metal. That rust didn't taste great, by the way.
No.
Surprising.
But, yeah, I guess I know what I'm doing. So, just trying to think, was there an actual spelling for what I'm just temporarily adding as a material?
They're just like blades, like long sword blades.
Blades. Material.
We done now?
We have not eaten yet.
Yes.
As you finish talking, you see that this piece of ribcage has been cooking for long enough, as he's already like chopping them up and handing them out.
I'll take it, but probably sit a little bit more away.
Hey, Tata,
Yeah.
I just wanted to have a talk with you. You know how you set fire to that tree,
Yeah?
and that made me very angry.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Could you listen to me while I explain why I was angry about that?
Okay.
You see, where I come from, it's very similar, if not a lot less stuff than what they had in Gob City. And whatever we had, we scrounged, we kept, just had it all together. Made sure we didn't lose it. Now, they just got something new for the first time, and your first instinct was to set it on fire.
Oh, yeah. We burn the tree, they end up with more trees. It's called rebirth.
Yes, but there's no rain, there's no dirt, plant seeds to make new trees.
I'm sure they can manage.
Also, you would robbing them of discovery of what to do with the wood.
I mean, I'd give them charcoal.
You would, and you know what, I did not consider that, but...
Bitch, I
maybe-
said that to you.
But maybe it would be best to let the goblins handle this the goblin way. Mainly because,
But then also, how are we supposed to get out? I was thinking of short term, like, we need out. Didn't want to be stuck on that.
that is very fair, and I'm pretty sure you could have turned it into something like a squirrel or something and just climbed through one of the holes. But
Yeah, but then how would everyone else get out? Sure, I could get out, but then you guys would still be stuck in here.
you got no, that is very valuable.
Is the conversation hearable?
Yes.
There was a second story and many open walls.
Well, good matter.
I don't want to break my legs jumping off something high. I did that once, it wasn't fun.
Because
I've
we
done
don't
it a
have
few
rope.
times.
We
How
have
do you
the rope.
not have rope?
Exactly.
I was just gonna say him for the tree, but well, that's all I wanted to say, and thank you very much for listening.
You're welcome. She gives a thumbs up.
Thumbs up back and rustles your hair.
When you go to rustle her hair, she just straight up grabs and bites. Don't touch my hand. She has a sharp set of teeth as well.
You're
Chicken
biting into
roast stand back
chainmail.
up.
Are you gonna be okay with that?
She will still bite.
Does your mouth hurt?
No, I've been worse things.
Fair.
First time I've heard that line.
I mean, she's bitten off more than she could chew with us. I'm just saying.
I tried to eat stones when I was a kid.
I did too. Didn't go very well.
Maybe you would like insect meat.
We've had that before. It's pretty good.
So-
Yeah.
As I'm assuming everyone's powering down for the night.
Yep.
When everyone sort of
Casting
pulls-
alarm. Having Slayer's check out, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
when everyone sort of like starts to sort of go to settle down for the night, I want to just before we're all starting to go to sleep, I want to go and have a chat with Christine.
Okay. Just before we get into that, before you go and lay down, Drakova,
Mm-hmm.
Busara turns to you and is just like, tomorrow we'll continue our training. I hope you haven't forgotten too much.
I remember a lot of things very vividly.
Good. Vulcanus, you're on watch first. And you just hear, "Yes, father." And he goes and like sleeps in like this nest that he's made out of the grass that he's shown a couple people how to do. And we can jump to your scene.
Yeah, basically, I'll just like move over to her.
Probably
I
the
just
end.
want to make
Oh.
sure that this is what you want. Do you want to go to Ghislaine? Do you think that this is the right thing to do?
Honestly, I don't know. I really don't. And I need to, though.
Okay. I agree. I need to as well. I just didn't want to drag you into this without knowing that this is something that we both
Alright.
need.
Don't bother trying to apologize or anything like that. That's already been happened. That's already happened. I got dragged in on day one.
I feel like we all got dragged into this. I never asked for this.
Never wanted any of this.
I never wanted any of this as well. I just think maybe if we are going to Ghislaine, we need to disguise ourselves.
Was it-
Especially you.
Was it a bad idea for me to go again? And she just kind of
Mm.
looks down at her food.
For you to go.
When we were last in Ghislaine, was it? I had a choice, and I left.
When you
And-
went to see the caretaker.
Even after that,
What-
wouldn't it have been better if I just stayed?
Would you have preferred to stay? What would you have done with your life?
I don't know.
You would have lived a lie.
I would have lived something. Either I choose to live without pain and ignorance, or I live on the path I'm on.
I
Really
spent
cannot-
a long time living in a world where I thought that I was just everything out of my control, that I was the victim. We can't live like that. We can't live like a lie because we're too important. We have roles to fill. I wish that you didn't have to live like that. I wish that none of us had to live like that. But here we are fixing gates and saving the world.
is what you wanted.
If you want to stop after this is done, like, if as long as you're safe, you can stop. But we have to
I
do
don't
this
even-
first.
I don't even know if we're done, if there will be anything left for me. Right now. That's... Thinking further than past Ghislaine right now is impossible.
You think you have nothing?
I think I might do.
I have you. If you don't want me,
But how long will I have you?
forever. As long as you keep the Duskwind pendant, I'll always be there. If it's easier for you to push me away and to forget me, then please do that. But just know that you'll always be a part of me. I just want it to be easier for you.
She kind of struggles a little bit. Like, she's not trying not to show anything on that, but there's like a slight sort of shake in her hand and sort of whatever bowl she's holding.
You have every right to hate me because I am something that you need that to you is going to be taken away. But I don't think that I'm going to be completely gone.
How do you know that?
Sorry, I missed that. What was that?
How do you know that?
I just have this very strong feeling. It's more spiritual than this. I don't think that I'm just going to snuff out. I think it's going to be a lot more important.
Need to go lay down.
Just think about what I said. And I just walk off.
I'll put down the bowl, probably half eaten, and just walk to my spot and go to rest.
Okay. Is anything else happening before we transition over to the next day?
Yeah, while everyone sleeps in their straw-made huts, Osiris conjures the tower and goes and sleeps in the tower.
Wow. The inhospitable... No.
Biddable.
What?
You know what I mean.
I want
Inhospitable.
to point out that last week Selena's like, I'm going to rough it this week.
You did.
Like, I'm going to... That's why I'm saying it's... Like, I'm saying Osiris is bad for going and living in, like, the little place when we're all, like, trying
You
to be
don't
part
know
of
where
Pride.
I've slept before. I now have access to a portable home.
Well, it's straw bed's not good enough for you.
to a portable home.
Dude, you're a homeowner? Imagine.
So, is Osiris actually setting it up?
Yeah.
Okay, once you've gone in, if no one else is going in, I'm setting my bed up right in front of the door. My-
I'm
my straw.
going in. I'm sleeping right on top of this. I'm sleeping right on top of this tower.
I'm blocking that damn door. You would trip over me in the morning.
Hera's absolutely going to sleep in it.
I'm gonna sleep on the straw bed.
I'm making a straw bed and I'm making it on top of the tower.
Okay.
The funny thing is, though, is Osiris can't sleep in a bed. He sleeps
Yeah.
on a nice carpet.
Just bring the carpet outside.
No, then the carpet will get dirty. And I can't, it'll turn
The
into smoke.
carpet.
No,
So,
we've never established, is the tower's door inward opening or outward opening?
It is,
Inward, wasn't it?
It is outward opening.
Yeah, no, I'm blocking it.
you were also saying you were going to do something, Devere?
Yes, Alarm and Slayer's gonna be doing a nice little,
What exactly are you alarming? Because you can either alarm the tower, or you can alarm the areas that's outside the tower that your friends are sleeping in.
I mean, I can do both.
Didn't they just say that, like, nothing's going to attack us?
They did,
Mhm.
but he's alarming anyway, so that's why I'm asking.
Paranoid much?
How big's the tower?
10 foot square. Pretty sure.
Maybe even a little bit more because there's like a little parapet section on top. What about
Yeah, I'm going to alarm around the base in a 20-foot cube, and then I'm going to alarm where everybody else is sleeping. I'm going to use 2 spell slots to do this, and it will be fine.
Alright. As you all.
I'm sending the one around everybody as an audible alarm that can be heard. People who are already obviously inside the area can go out and not trigger it. But the one around the tower, I will get a mental ping.
I fucking hope a lizard triggers it.
Alright. As we transition into the next morning, the 7th of Prate.
I have a quick question as this night is transitioning. Cyrus, what are you doing with Jacoba's gloves? Or did that already happen? I missed it.
No, I haven't done anything with those.
Okay.
I wish to get the measurements and the specification to drop a blueprint for an add-on.
Okay. Yeah, for the most part, you can roll an intelligence check, but it can. This is just basically see how well you do the first night, because you'll succeed if you've got to spend multiple nights doing it.
Yeah,
Alright.
pretty bad.
You don't even start at this night. You're thinking too much about the conversations.
You're like,
That was a lot.
you had a look. It's like there's a lot of bone and skull on here. I'm not sure which is like rudimentary and what's decoration. Like what's necessary for this to work as an arm guard and what's just decoration. So you're like, I'll do this in the morning.
The next time, I'll get the other ones, which is more function over form.
As we all wake up, you all start to get ready. Have you made a decision where you guys are gonna go? You're gonna head east, head west, or head south?
So they specifically said that south was bad times.
Yes.
Bad times could also lead to training.
So going south would be to walk there on... No, hang on. West
South is boat.
South is boat.
South is boat.
South is to the ocean.
I
So we ignore the
Personally-
Empire.
personally think that we should walk.
In
Just
west it
because
is.
it's... But that's just me. What... Would you prefer to walk towards Tonrus?
We don't need to get more involved in their problems.
I agree. We have enough of our problems as it is.
It's also likely that a few of us are a bit more wanted these days.
Especially since the Fifth Foundation, who seem to be getting rather involved in all that, might be looking for us in that area. Thinking that we might be going back and informing.
Well, I hope you're prepared to be living off, roughness for a bit.
It's part of the training, I guess. By the way, I've changed, like, she's stopped dressing in the standard sort of, basically the travel clothes that she had, like, that entire time. She started using the Devaja robes that I basically had from the beginning that I never really wore before because she was like way too uncomfortable to wear them. Which is basically just like it's like a white robe like thing, a little bit lower cut, and once I'm getting artwork commissioned and you guys will see it then, but basically it's sort of more like robes.
As you are like, there's a talking about training, it's like, speaking of training, Busara walks over, grabs Jacova's arms, slaps on these two gauntlet-like things, similar to the ones you have, but they got a lot more padding and a lot more bone and weigh a ton.
Not literal.
Not literal.
Cyrus does come up to you and say, you have other ones besides these, right? I can't tell what's what.
Exactly.
Produces the gauntlets.
Yeah, these ones I don't even to you, but yeah, if you want to look at them later, I can give them to you. They're dazers, if that helps.
They're what?
They belong to that Leona that attempted to kill us.
Yeah, so the proportions are off, but it is more functional than form. You can see what's going on. You probably just need to get measurements from Jakova later.
Anyway, looking at my now wrists. Do you guys have wrists?
Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah.
Looking at my appendages.
Let me get the travel map, the GM one with the numbers on it, so I know how long you're going for.
You have numbers?
I do.
Of course.
I do
I
get
like the
numbers.
What do they mean, Mason?
I haven't rolled many numbers today.
So, it's going to be a 9-day trek to head from where you are to the. Actually, no, it's not. Because I've put you in the wrong position. Whoop. It's going to be a 7-day trip from where you are to the edge of the scrublands, where he is going to guide you to. Is there any conversations, discussions, things you want to know to be had in this entire 7-day trip?
Do you want me to do any hunting rolls based on what we had in DM's ages back?
I think we've actually got new rules for it.
You've redone that? Okay.
Let me see.
Bro, that was so long ago we thought about it.
Yeah,
just
I mean, I
double-checking.
can just copy-paste them if you wanted, but... Actually, I can probably just pin the message if that'll help.
I need to prepare a spell, actually.
There, that, if you need to find the old ones, but...
Get rid of...
I think we've... Yeah, I think it's off. Missing. We had some new ones. We'll have to look for it. Yeah, but for now, just roll a. But for now, we use the old ones. Yes, so roll a
couple
survival
survival
check.
checks.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
While you're traveling as well,
I'll be
Basara does like
green.
really. If you the first day, he's very much test the water on how much you're willing to go along with what he suggests.
Mhm.
He pretty much tries to get you back to working on the basics, as he's like, you have been with not Leonin for a long time. Your training, it seems, was never completed wholly. You still use this shorter blades. You need to strengthen your arms again, as they seem to have gotten a little, not flabby, but
Oof.
if you wish to use the proper blades, if you wish to use them the correct way, you will need to strengthen your arms. That's what these are for, is he like pats the padding on your arms. So if you'll go with me while we travel, you should do the basics again and strengthen your arms and get used to the heavier weights.
Of course, it'll be good practice while hunting.
Exactly.
Which means I probably should have rolled those with disadvantage.
No, maybe the first one, but like
Okay.
as you're getting used to it, you are a barbarian. You are trained to. You have a natural affinity with weapons, and due to your training as a paladin, you do have some skill in picking this up. It's mainly just this is strengthening your arm muscles, something you just haven't done in a while. So with the first 16 and the other 16, you do catch some good food. Let me refer to your guide to remember exactly what you're doing. You get enough rations for 2. I think it's for you. Yes.
Yeah,
You
that's
get
for me alone, yeah.
you get 2 rations twice and 2 moderate pelts.
That's all that. We never came up with a weight for those, but I imagine it varies heavily, so...
Yeah, depends on what you get. Anyone else doing anything on this week-long trip, real quick before
Yes.
we? Yep.
I would like to get measurements from Jakubra,
Mhm.
and then take these gauntlets, and I start writing up some blueprints. I
Okay.
will DM you specifically what I'm doing. So I would like for it to be a surprise.
Well, good.
Sure.
Oh, you first.
I just sort of want to I don't want to get super involved in what Jakuba's doing, but I sort of want to watch a little bit of some of the preparations and stuff, like the hide preparation, just to sort of see if I can learn a little bit just from watching.
Okay. You see, you have a look at both Ateta and Vulcanus as they, once they get a hunt, they get rid of their skin and fur, and then get rid of their bones and all the organs that are not the best to eat, and they give the meat to Basara. And then when they go through a process of cleaning the bones, rubbing it in dirt to get rid of all the sticky stuff, and then washing it with sand, a little bit of water that they've got, until the bones are mostly clean enough for them to have a look at to see what they want to use for the gauntlets. And then you see that Basara's got some sort of formula of powders and the powders and herbs that he uses to preserve the hides with. He doesn't really have a setup for tanning or anything much more than preservation at the moment. You would suspect that that's more of a when they're in a larger nomadic group when they can get proper setups ready for it.
I
But
feel like. Sorry, you keep going.
but when you ask, he's very happy to tell you what like the ingredients are and all that.
Probably after like a couple of days, sort of just like watching us, I do that sort of like wrap up at the end of the day or whatever. I might ask if they like want me to help with some of the like the things that I'd be less likely to mess up, basically. Even if it is just like getting rid of like the guts and whatnot.
Yeah, Basara takes on the help. Like he'll take the help of rubbing down the furs with the herbs to make them all good. He tells you can't help with the bones and that, as that's part of the kids have to do that part themselves.
Yeah.
And especially you see at one point that the young Leonin, he has this like little kit and he's like chipping at the bones with like some little tools. And it's like, you don't know, given where you are, you've heard of what scrimshoring is, you've never really seen it in practice, but you see him very carefully like carving stuff into the bones that he seems to be keeping and that he's going to be using.
That's cool.
It's stuff that if you tried, you would probably break it almost immediately.
Yeah, and it's
Just
like
imagining one of them trying to make a bone.
also it's sort of like more of it seems like an important thing that they need to learn, whereas like giving it to like just a stranger would be kind of like a waste. So yeah, I'd offer to help with it, and like any of the sort of just like mundane crappy tasks. I can always prestidigitate.
Yeah, and you use prestidigitation, like you help clean the stuff off a bit. You are able to assist, and Basara definitely like appreciates the assistance when it comes to the actual like securing of the hides. He by the end of after a few days, he has a rather large bundle of hides that he's like carrying like as you guys travel.
Anyone else?
You know what? Judas would like to partake in hunting.
Okay. Roll a survival check.
May I do so with advantage because I have Slayer.
I'd say no, because in reality, finding a creature is more about slow and like stealth and careful timing. A larger beast with you makes that harder.
I give that disadvantage.
Yeah, because these are open plains. It's not like you have areas to hide. It's just like long grass, so a lot of it is moving carefully and paying attention to the surroundings, then following trails. So if you wish to use Solera, you would actually have disadvantage, which then Solera helping you would give you advantage, which would then cancel itself out.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I'll do this the Leonin way. We'll do the Leonin stuff. We did Leonin stuff. Okay, so how many survival checks are we gonna do?
I mean, I'm not hunting every day. I can help him somewhat.
Yeah, it's how many days you wish to go hunting, Judas?
The whole trip.
Oh.
So, 7 days.
No.
Nothing.
Oof. Oh, he's getting better though.
I think a 10 is still a nothing. You need
Yeah.
11 is the minimum, yeah.
Actually, no. 10 to 13 was rations for 1 day.
Oh my
for
god, he's
zero.
getting
Okay.
better.
So that's 1 day worth of food twice. Yes, Tara's also going hunting. Cool.
Oh, damn.
That's a 2 days.
That's a rations for 3 days, moderate pelt.
Ooh, yeah.
So 5.
And nothing. One last
That's
roll.
6. Yeah. I'll
You
burn
got
that
cocky.
You're gonna burn your inspiration for a hunting roll. Okay, go for it.
Okay. Yeah, I really
Hey, look at that. You go from you net 0.
Yeah.
I should probably just chuck that in the chat. That's what it used to be. That was changed, I think, is what they were saying, but that's what we're using at the second.
As As you go, Terra, roll for how many days you think you're going to be hunting for.
Yep.
And then just add the total of things for the atrophy. That's 1 ration. That is a
That's
3
3
day
rations.
rations and 2 pelts. Again, 3 rations, 2 pelts.
Oh, damn.
3 rations, 2 pelts.
It doesn't take you long, Tara, to get the grasp. Like, in the first day, you watch how Jakova moves and stuff, and you're like, yo, I'm like so in tune with nature, this is nothing. And you just go off immediately, and you're bringing back more than they are.
I was
almost
going.
every day.
I was going to flex the hypothetical that Terra is like okay, and then like transforms into another gazelle, and then gets close to one,
Yeah,
re-transforms back, breaks their neck, and has been doing that.
What I find the most amusing about this
Absolute
is
flip-flop.
I only chose to hunt for 2 of the days out of like the 7. You're
Yeah,
hunting
you hunted
really
for 2. And the first time you went hunting, Tara's like, I got this after that.
That's good. I'm
Just
proud.
makes a game of it to do better than Judas.
And you do.
You do.
Hunting is a game.
But if
Listen,
that
eating is not a game. Eating is life.
Eating do be life.
if that is all the people stuff, Jakova, you're training after the first day is like, yeah, you're getting used to the weights. And then the second day he's like, alright, sparring time with the weights on. And you fight both Vulcanus and Adetta, not at the same time, at first, with the weights on, one at a time. Eventually, that becomes both of them while weighted.
Mhm.
And as you approach day 5, he takes them off.
Mhm.
And you continue to fight 2v1 with them off for that day. And then to get used to what your blades will be, he gives you training versions of the combat gauntlets. And you spend a majority of that day. The majority of that final day is them running off further ahead of them, the group, finding a spot to ambush you, and then engaging in mock battle for the entire trip in the savannah.
Mhm.
At the end of it, you've become quite proficient.
That would definitely explain the only hunting for like 2 days.
Yeah.
One sec, need to quickly read a thing.
Yeah, by the end of it, even though you have such a short time to grasp, you're already existing knowledge of the basics. This just rekindles memories you kind of lost in the years you spent working with the eyes, and reawaken some of the trainings that you've let lapse in the years when you were forced to learn how to fight with things that weren't giant blades attached to your arms, and instead were blades you held in your hands.
Unlike the eyes, these are good memories.
Yeah, exactly. And
You have those?
yeah,
Yeah.
by the end of it, even though it's only 5 days, it's pretty intensive. Well, it's only 7 days. It's pretty intense workout where the only real time you're able to like fully rest is in the evenings before, evenings before and during sleep.
Mhm.
So it doesn't take long for you to start building back the muscle you need.
Nice.
And by the end, oh AJ,
By the end, he seems to nod, knowing that not only have you fought them off, a few times you've knocked one of them out for a severe period of time. Like, it's a few hours before they go up, they actually miss, like, the next ambush sort of deal. Recovering. Knowing that your strength is back, you get a better sense of how to fight. You were always good at 2-weapon fighting. But now, you think you've mastered it
Mhm.
to the best ability, and we're granting you the dual wielder feat.
Damn.
Nice.
Not the crappy one, the good one.
With a dual wielder feat, you get a +1 AC when you're wielding a separate melee weapon in each hand. Even though these are paired, this counts as separate weapons, so you get a +1 to your AC.
Which puts me up to a 20 almost constantly.
You can do 2-weapon fighting even if you don't have light weapons, which you don't anymore with the combat gauntlets. They're heavy now.
Mhm.
And you can draw stone one-handed weapons that you normally be able to do one, but you basically do that anyway because they're combat gauntlets. But now you can swing both blades out at once instead of one and then the other.
Well, that is cool.
But yeah, that is your training arc. And
Hells yeah.
as you approach the
What is your
savannah,
montage music set background sound?
it's obviously Eye of the Lion. Silly.
Eye of the tiger.
You fucking idiot.
There are no tigers in the savannah, dumbass.
That we know of.
It's Eye of the Tiger, but every time they go to say the word tiger, it's poorly dubbed
Lion.
No, it's Raw by Katy Perry. That's what it is.
No.
Like
No.
the audio jungle thing, but it's just
Yes.
lion.
You see, we
Yeah.
found like a bunch of rocks somewhere in the savannah that were like stairs.
Yeah.
Found rock music.
As you approach the end of the savannah, it's probably around 3 p.m. ish, and as you do, Bisara's like, "This is where we will head you off." As he looks at the group.
Thank you very much for taking us as far.
It's appreciated.
I will not sugarcoat this. Your collective path is very much a troubled one. But I do believe you'll be able to persevere.
It's been nice seeing some of my own kind again, honestly.
He gives a nod to that. Once you leave you, the blessings of the twins will leave as well. And the paths you face from here on may not be as carefree as this one was.
So back to business as normal.
Akfor,
Mhm.
to finalize your training, finish your gauntlets, make them yours, master them completely,
Of course.
and then use them to win the pride.
I guess I'll be seeing you in a few months.
Indeed.
And, I should probably update my name at this point. Arkvor will give a sort of, you know, that sort of monk bow with a fist in one hand and then, yeah.
The three reciprocate.
It feels weird being respectful with a lion.
Two lions and a bird.
Hey,
Yes.
just imagine it being Aslan's kid, and that pigeon.
A pigeon is 7 feet tall and can crush a watermelon with
I
her
was gonna
thighs.
say, like, that pigeon has some long legs.
That pigeon is half legs, at least.
I mean,
Probably more than
80%
half
legs.
legs.
That's
That
interesting.
pigeon has some dummy thick clappers. I'm just saying.
I'm interested.
I'm frightened.
I'm frightened and interested.
That's what makes it so interesting.
As he looks at you, he says, "May the path you choose be interesting." And the three of them continue to walk back into the savannah.
I'm gonna keep the okay there. I like that.
As you turn to face the scrublands, which is very much still tall grass, but this time it's a little more dispersed out with dirt. It's not full of grass like the savannah is.
You see the occasional bush instead of it just being all long grasses.
A little nicer than the waste, isn't it?
I don't know, I kind of enjoyed the wastes.
Never been in the scrubland before. Been in the wastes.
You don't want to spend time here.
That is fair.
What should we look out for?
Everything.
Oh, good.
If anyone wants to make history checks to think what dangers you might encounter in the scrublands, feel free.
I'm sticking by my words.
I will do that.
Or
but
nature.
I will
Depends
do
if you
that.
studied it before, yeah.
History. Sure.
I have no
Can I
idea.
enter the Atheneum and just get a list?
Yeah, totally. You can,
Sweet.
that can be your version of it.
Yeah.
Terra, there are no threats in the scrublands. You're a druid. What would no? You're one with nature. Everything's fine.
There's plants
Selena, It's just more land. It can't be any more dangerous than anywhere
And
else.
I don't think, to be fair, on our
I-
previous trip through it, we didn't actually encounter much.
I basically draw a blank, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna go with what Akva said.
Yeah. And yeah, Akfa, Christine and Akfa, you're both like, yeah, a big part of why the scrublands are dangerous is things that leave the forest.
Yeah.
And things that leave the wastes. As people have tried to build in this area. Some people have clung to the land, though the most you'll probably find if you do find buildings, they tend to be abandoned. Because it's hard to stay in an area where you don't know what's going to come at you. It could be anything as small as just wild animals, or even there are cants of fey folk and like fairies and stuff, or weird monstrosities.
Such as phase spiders.
Yeah, that would be something that could show up here. Even they've heard like sometimes even things from the Shadowfell have popped up here, walking out of the forest, but. There's a lot of stories, and you're not sure how accurate everything is. Doesn't sound fun, though.
I
So,
advise once we get across the scrublands, it might be best to try and follow somewhat of a border, but
The coast. As
Yeah.
long as we're along the path that is before the actual forest itself, as per last time we were here, we should be alright.
well, let's go.
Osiris, you know that, but you get a list of some things that are there that are very bad.
Anything noteworthy, like
Well,
something
spiders?
that we could mistake for something else?
Could be, honestly, dryads and treants, stuff like that occasionally. Like giant, like large wolves and spiders are pretty common. The occasional three cream from the waste, though you tend to see them more northern areas, which not many people go to, unless you're trying to trade with the dwarves.
You're nuts.
Even there's rare accounts you've said of people encountering fairies or pixies. Occasionally groups of creatures from the Feywild themselves, or even some of the more wild beasts that somehow inhabitate the forest effectively, like gnolls and lucrosha, stuff like that. There's a lot of different things that could be, even like owlbears and shit. Like, this isn't. It's Beast Central.
It's a bad place. It's Beast Central, but also Face Central, but also
And also-
Monstrosity Central.
Abjuration.
Some
there's also-
Shadowfell.
Yeah, you also see things like like minor Shadowfell creatures occasionally, measles
Oh!
occasionally popping up here.
All I heard was B Central, and I'm just like, bees?
Yeah, bees,
Beast
giant
up?
bees, regular bees.
Measles are pretty
JBs.
dangerous too, you know.
3 creep.
Shadowfell bees.
Measles the creature, and also measles the disease.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm fine with measles disease. You guys can have that.
And as your last stuff, your second and third rolls, your second and fourth rolls don't really give you any progress in what you want, Osiris, but your second one you do make a good deal of it.
It-
Your third one, I mean, my bad.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But as you head off on the scrublands, it will be a closed down map amount of time because I'm an idiot.
It will be X amount of time multiplied by Y, where X is the time it takes to get there and Y is 1.
To get to the coast that you want to desire, it's going to be another 7 days, I believe. This is going to be a 9-day trip to get from where you want to like the coastline.
And I won't be hunting in these lands as much.
And yeah, as you anything in the 9-day trip to pretty much, you'll be going to about this spot here. Oh, it's not very nice. Well, yeah, where the arrow is, like that little part of where the coastline is, from where you are.
And you said 9 days?
Yes.
Cool. I just know what to deduct if we don't get interrupted.
A land burner goes over the water at this part.
No! Shut up! Shut the fuck up.
I was gonna do the whole thing, but I'm like, nah.
You have to actually make the question.
No, I'll just Google it and swap it whenever it says trained a land burner.
I found one of my favorite. I found like it's not a new vine because the
I
vine
hate
is
those
dead.
questions.
But I found one of my favorite new vines, which was like, all right, get these in a math class. Like, so this is this is the shops in my house, right? It's about 5 minutes away, right? And an average male can walk 50 miles an hour. So why has it taken my dad 15 years to come back from the shops?
Ooh.
Okay.
No.
No.
Puts hands up. Cigarettes!
So you create a variable where you won the lottery.
Yeah, if you got that variable.
Alright. So in
But-
this time you go traveling, who is going to be doing some hunting?
Yeah.
Knowing how dangerous scrublands are, I will for one day once I can see a relatively clear area, if there is one, but if not, then I will not be.
Okay.
So if
Okay.
there yeah, I'll roll once.
I have no hunting skills whatsoever, and I would
I
just be
will
a hindrance to
roll.
the hunters.
So
I
that's,
would like to go hunting.
15.
Okay.
I would
Good
like to
luck.
when I come into like a group of them or one or anything. I will cast silence
Going back to 15.
so it can't hear me.
Stealthing.
I will burn a second level spell slot
Okay.
Also,
Yeah, yeah.
Fireball.
Yep. to happen.
I can fireball because then I can kill the enemies and cook them at the same
I
time.
don't want to eat ash. All right.
Okay,
It's what
if
the
I
plant
use
is.
Slayer now, would I get advantage because there's bush?
It's not a matter of the land around. It was
There are
it's a matter of there's a very large creature that's causing noise. Like-
Realistically, I think the only way you could get Solera to be an advantage to you is if you were trying to herd like a cattle dog.
Yeah, you need to send Slayer off in one direction to rattle them in towards you.
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
I'd say
roll
given the area, it is a bit more dense here, so you actually could break up the line of sight a little bit more. It's still mainly flat, like plainsishness, but there are areas where you could use her for advantage. So I'd say if you were hunting multiple times, you could roll one of them with advantage.
I will hunt twice.
Okay.
One with advantage.
But I follow Judas, and like, if he's ever in like a really good spot and he's gonna do something perfectly, I would like to throw a rock or something just to mess everything up, and then hide immediately after.
So you wish to sabotage his hunting.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Make a stealth check, and Judas You don't know she's following you, so I guess passive perception for
Ah.
Judas.
I cannot be surprised, so.
It's not about being surprised. That doesn't mean you don't know. Being surprised
I
is
would've
different to
checked
knowing
my
that someone is
inspiration for
stalking
that.
you.
Yes, you can.
Perfect.
Be-
Always burn your inspiration for stupid
Wow.
things.
That's
Which
great.
is,
Have
I
my
think, the only reason
inspiration.
it's for.
I think of surprise like Spidey sense.
No. Not being
Hello?
not being surprised means that when something does sneak up against you, it's like you have the instincts to fight back. It's not
Spidey
you can't
sense.
be sensed like you can't be hidden from.
I
I
would
would-
like
I
to
would-
give. It's okay.
Go on, that's anything.
I want to give my inspiration to Tara so she can reroll again.
Alright, roll again, Tara.
Visibility.
Whose side are we on here?
Oh my
It's
god!
even lower!
Is it bullying if you don't roll higher than your first roll though?
Well,
I'm
considering
sorry.
that Dimitri's passive perception is a 10.
Oh my god.
It doesn't matter if he had advantage. He has a passive perception of 10.
Oh,
That's survival.
So,
That's survival.
So that's when I sabotage you.
Yeah.
so here's how it works.
What the fuck?
Judas, you go off with Slayer and you've got a plan. You're gonna send Slayer out to distract and like scare some creatures toward you, and then you're gonna jump out with a spear and you're gonna impale them all like boar style. And you're ready, and you go, and you're
I
prepared.
forgot the spear.
You get right. No, you get in position, and you're waiting, and Slayer's out there, and you get that because you can communicate with Slayer telepathically, I believe.
Yeah.
You get that ping from Slayer. Eventually, it tells like they're heading your way. You hear the sound of them coming. You hear the beast getting closer.
Let's
What
get
you
monster.
don't hear is Terra sneaking up near you and taking your spear, and just leaving with it, and then waiting nearby. So you reach for the spear, grab nothing, jump out, having empty hands in front of a herd of creatures running towards you.
Wow.
And then quickly get out of there.
Yeah, and then you dive the fuck to the side before being trampled.
Good old wildebeest.
You know what? That was
Uh,
100% worth a meme.
I
Arcfur,
have a
you...
retroactive question.
Sure.
I always forget that silence is a ritual. Do you think I could be stealth for 10 minutes to cast silence as a ritual before I go and attempt to hunt?
Probably not. You could try it one day, and then by the time you finish, the creature just wandered off.
Yeah, no, I would like that to happen.
Okay.
That's exactly what happened. Like, alright, it's done. They've left.
As we were on the 11th, after 4 days of traveling within the scrublands, as you're buckling down for the night, this is after all these hunting shenanigans, as you're setting up encampment, everyone roll perception. Or those who have been hunting roll perception.
Okay, cool.
I do not.
Yes.
My rolls just keep getting better.
Hey,
Do I technically get to roll?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
went hunting.
Wouldn't call that hunting.
You tried.
Theoretically, you went hunting.
and you still did. Oh
And
my
he
god.
still rolls the best. I would have liked him like a nat one.
What I do.
Dude deserves his advantage.
Everyone, you hear the sound of like an injured deer nearby.
Cyrus immediately goes, nope, 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 and sets up the tower.
Nature
Chikova, is
takes
that
his place.
something that could possibly be imitating an injured deer?
Yup, that's what I reckon it is.
Terra does not care. Terra is just
Right.
lost out of curiosity.
Terra,
Possibly.
no.
Can see anything.
Quite possibly. Do any of you have a gun? I mean, crossbow.
I've got
No.
javelins and a sword. A little bit of a spear.
Wait, don't I have? I have. claws.
I have a light crossbow.
I do too.
Hmm.
I have never used it before, but I have one.
Father told me to take it.
So you've never used it?
No.
No, I mean I've used a crossbow in training, but not since I left Gislaine.
So
Right.
technically, yes, I have used it. If you count the 2 lessons in the academy, which I didn't bother doing.
I was gonna suggest shooting nearby, but if you haven't done it in a while, perhaps we just observe from a distance first.
Or hand has a little bit of flame around it. They just throw a fireball.
Very well, but everyone better stand back.
So, Terry, you said you were heading in that direction.
Oh yeah, before as they're talking and stuff and like getting
Yeah.
ready, Terra's just off. She's gone.
Yeah,
There's
anyone
no
else?
ready.
Would Slera be able to see that she's going?
Yeah, Slaughter's still out. Slaughter can see her walk off. Terry to leave in that direction.
Slera will follow and will keep me updated on what's going on because they're expendable.
And
As-
you yourself.
I tell them that.
I will tell them. Yeah. There's. I'll be. I've sent Slera out for her. Hopefully they catch on and get on. Yeah.
I mean, If Osiris knows the list of stuff turns to him, surely you would have an idea if anything would even mimic like something like that, right?
So he stops casting the tower after being all this shit goes down, which does, I assume, still expend the spell slot. Tick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he starts going through his mental list of creatures.
Roll.
I'm gonna point
a-
out. You already made the check in the thing in Atheneum. Just make a basic history check for a
Yeah.
quick, just mental flick through.
Meanwhile, while he's doing his brain
No.
Atheneum thing,
There are so many different creatures that can mimic things. Like everything from just like straight up like mimicry type creatures, lots of things from the Feywild, lots of things from the Shadowfell. Hell, even Kenku can mimic things. Some people can mimic. There are
It's a
so many
Kenku.
things. There are so many things that can mimic sounds.
No Wendigos, please.
While
Yeah, Wendigo is exactly what I reckon it would be.
Arkfur would have no idea if it is mimicking. I believe he would at least know that there are other creatures out there that do use live bait.
Oh yikes.
What direction do you want me to shoot in?
That one points to the direction that I assume we all see sclera? I can't say it.
Solera.
Flare
Sclera. I keep wanting to say sclera, like your eye.
That's
yeah, that's exactly
Which
it.
would... Oh, it is sclera. Okay.
The direction of the
Too hard.
horse thing, I guess.
Meanwhile,
With the list, just
Okay.
I'll be
Mhm.
real quick. With the list of creatures that I've researched, what is the biggest, scariest, badass motherfucker that there is?
Probably like a vampire.
Oh, okay.
Or some
Yeah,
higher
alright.
level fucking Feywild shit.
But what about the biggest, baddest motherfucker that can mimic something?
That's
No,
what I'm
no,
s-
just
yeah,
the-
that's...
No, I want like the scariest for like anything, not just the people who's like, oh shit, that's a vampire. Like,
Hey,
There are some kinds of demons that can do it as well.
Who fucking knows if there's a Tarrasque under the Scrublands, you know?
can we still see?
I hope we
Tara?
don't.
I mean, how much time you guys talking?
She's off in the horizon by this point. Like,
She's
I'm
wandering.
going to cast message towards her. Let me just double check. Yeah, I've still got that mag cantrip.
120 feet.
Would she be 120 feet away?
there's been a couple minutes of conversation, and she can move at 30 per turn, so probably not.
God damn it.
Just cast sending.
I don't
I
have
would,
sending.
but I need that spell slot for something else.
Meanwhile, in the hunting group,
The hunting person.
as you're walking ahead, you notice as you're getting closer that while off in a distance, sounding like a deer, it's sounding a much larger creature, like a moose. And as you like try and
I'm
stealth,
thinking about it, but
Yeah.
I'll approach.
as you're like sneaking away, you find like a small, very shallow, like a river that's like barely any water flowing, and nearby, like underneath, like a bunch of blood. On top of a bunch of blood is two of these large. I forgot what the generalization of what the moose and those people are.
Mises?
Meese.
Mice.
Yeah, like ungulates. These like giant hooved herbivores, like an elk or a moose, just like head not facing you, just screaming as loud as they can.
Nice.
Agree, man. Existence is pain.
I can agree to that.
Tara will.
You know, I'll drink to that.
She'll slowly approach.
Okay.
Still trying to be quiet and such.
Being sneaky, make a stealth check.
Alright. I'm ready to that one.
Judas as well. You're getting a little messages of this, like what's going on from Slayer as
I'm
well.
at 8, apparently.
Inspiration would have been nice.
No, I would have just rolled 7.
Okay. As you approach, as you're getting closer,
As you're moving in towards them, and you see this creature like leaning back, like basically screaming out into the sky, and you're stepping forward, moving as quietly as you can, and then there's this sudden as you step on a stick that immediately cracks beneath your feet. The screaming immediately cuts to like stops,
and
and there's a
as you like peer at them, you notice those antlers don't look like antlers. They look like trees, branches. And as these two things turn around, they seem to be giant, like cow-shaped creatures with faces of faces of dogs. As you see, let me put
Just
you
a
on.
big puppy.
Let me put you
Did I
on the
play
map.
Until Dawn?
I think I know what these things are.
Yeah, it's Wendigo, obviously.
what do you think they are, Judas?
Fucking Wendigos.
This is
Leon Gathers.
That can't be Wendigos. They're only on Until Dawn.
sure.
But you,
The cow dog.
you see these
Don't like the title of
two.
the map.
Hmm?
I don't like the title of the map.
Don't worry, that's not me making the map up.
Oh, the Coronas. Yeah.
It's a big puppy.
This map is blank for me. There
Now
we
it's
go.
filled.
Same. Blank still for me.
Yeah, you see those two of those things.
Yeah, you see two of them.
Yo, this path looks familiar.
I'm just gonna get the image of the actual creatures for chat.
Having flashbacks.
Also,
from
it's
where
clear
I-
of the map.
I'm glad one of us can
We
run
beat that
fast.
troll though.
So yeah, almost immediately, Judas, you do get the ping from Sclera, like, looks at these weird deer things, and it's like, not a deer, not a deer.
Nah, it looks dear to me. I don't know that.
Oh dear.
Can I
Lydia?
can I do religion check to see what these things are? If he's giving me an accurate description of what it is.
religion won't help. For these things have left God long ago.
Left him long
It's
ago.
like God made a mistake.
Investigation?
Nature, my dude.
Nature, or maybe even Arcana.
Yeah, Arcana would also work.
Because that thing looks like an abomination. My god.
Wow. So, interestingly, this is something you remember reading about.
How?
With a nat 20, you know these things from looking. Can you look through Sclera's eyes? Well, I don't think you can.
Keeper.
I can't, but that I can communicate telepathically within a mile.
Yeah, so it passes like the information to you of what these things look like, and your immediately thought is, "Oh shit! Oh no, that's a Lucrota," and then you immediately remember Lucrota. Usually, if you see more than one of them around, that means gnolls aren't far away.
Okay. I turn to everybody. Look, Rota, there's more than one. Nose are nearby. Where?
Explanation on either?
Big, mean, hyena fiend things? Maybe?
What I'm hearing is I dash 90 feet.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's
follow
we book
him.
it.
Now.
We'll
So,
have everyone roll initiative, and then I think we'll take our break.
I'm gonna go to base 30 feet. Nah,
That's
why?
big ol'-
Why? I don't need that right now.
That's my +7 to initiative.
Out of all the people that needed a high initiative, I think Tara was the one who needed it the most.
I don't think I did because I was not even gonna dash.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, well, that's not
She
bad.
went out there.
You know, Judas with the second nat 20 in a row really makes sense, where he's like, "Yeah, that's that thing. Oh no, that's that thing," and he starts running immediately.
Look, she ran out there on her own. Just decided to go out there. I'm gonna just be peaceful with it.
Alright, we'll head on our break before we switch to the battle music, huh?
I'm gonna turn it
Nice.
real quick.
Listen, sometimes when the bard says let's not go there, sometimes not going there is the right thing to do.
Well, I have it written into Tara that she's impulsive and she doesn't listen to people, so
That's fair.
hence burning down the tree when Judas was in front of her telling her no.
I
It's
was
kinda
waiting
like-
for it to be a tree ant or something, and to Terra to turn to Judas and go, "Can I burn that one down, or do I gotta wait?"
It's kind of like that time Tarok tried to pat a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Listen, it went great.
Yeah.
It was a large dog.
Okay, yeah. I was just double checking to see if it takes the same turn as me, but
Rolls its own initiative.
I believe he rolls his own initiative.
Darren was like, man,
I'm
we haven't
back.
had to say anything for an hour. I'm like, yeah,
That was great, wasn't
pretty
it?
good.
It's pretty good.
I couldn't make Osiris have an opinion because, well,
Why?
reasons.
You don't want opinions?
You should know the reason.
I know the reason.
Reasons of the nerds.
Raisins are for nerds.
Except for Raisin Brain,
Nah.
the best cereal.
I don't know. I like raisin bread. Don't like raisins, but I like raisin bread.
I like
Alright.
crunchy nut cornflakes.
I don't eat
Raisin bread.
breakfast. I'm not allowed to
Oh,
eat
I
before
think
12
we should.
o'clock. I eat from 12 to 8, and that's all I'm allowed.
I like Cheerios.
Oh,
I
yeah.
miss being able to eat.
Here, mate.
Some big thing came out today. New 1D&D shit. Still not a fan, honestly.
I'm starting to think that it's less and less compatible with 5e the more it gets shown.
It's because it's going to be the next thing. I think, this is my personal opinion, I feel like they're making these classes a lot more cookie cutter, and the subclasses are going to be, what are you going to decorate your cookie with?
Sprinkles.
Chop chip!
They just straight up gave bards healing, just like their heal slots now.
Yeah, I don't.
Like,
Edible ball bearings.
and they've, like, by what they've done with spell list, they've nerfed magical secrets. Like, because magical secrets is now, like, yeah, you can pick anything in the Arcana, Divine, or Nature Magic category, but because you're a bard, you get all the Arcana spells you want, because that's how that works. So you're really only getting Cleric or thing, and if you do pick an Arcana one, it's essentially just picking it and because it's not counted towards the spell's known number.
free spell.
That's the only
Yeah.
that's the only reason for it. They removed the free magical secrets Lord Bards get, and sort of I'm pretty sure Lord Bards got to pick what proficiencies they got.
Yes,
Uh,
I
They
get
get
it.
three
yeah.
proficiencies of their choice.
But now you get these 3 things, and if you've already got them picked, then you can choose another thing, which is why not just let them have the choice again, sort of deal. But I don't know, and like they buffed Ranger a little bit. I'll say like they made Ranger look a
I
bit
just gave
fun.
them Hunter's Mark for free.
But they also like ruined Hunter. They ruined the Hunter subclass by
Yeah.
making it like only one. Because Hunter's like you can just pick. You get like 3 levels to pick a certain ability in these levels, and they just made it like the damage one. I'm pretty sure.
Is this the
Yeah, they
Xbox
did.
stuff?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd run it, and I'm still not sure if rogues get crit sneak attacks because the thing says the damage
No, they
counts as
don't.
weapon damage die,
They don't.
but
I mean,
it doesn't. I still don't know.
I'm just glad how they're approaching it this time.
I'm not. I'm probably not gonna.
No, I mean more in the whole thing in general, not the actual individual. Like they're taking feedback and then altering and then throwing another one at us.
I feel like they should have not released the last one, but released it together with this one at the same time
That
to make
maybe.
a lot more sense. The fate system is cool, but it's already pre-established. They removed level 20 abilities across the board, it looks like,
Well,
and then gave
They
you
put the-
epic
they put the
boons.
capstones to 18.
Hmm?
They put the capstones to 18,
Yeah,
and
they
then
lowered
19
it.
you get a feed, and then 18 you get the epic boon.
20.
20.
Get that? Yeah, you know what I meant. Sorry. It's,
I don't know.
18 is now your capstone, basically. So you could say take 2 levels in fighter, and then 18 and something else.
They turned tough into an epic boon.
I'm not.
Also,
I'm just not
Jesus
sure.
Christ, epic boons, they are not made equal.
No.
No, they're
No.
not. They're not.
All I
No
heard was
feats are made equal.
rogues don't get sneak attack.
No, they do. They just don't get crit sneak attack.
I do find it interesting that
Oh.
with the grouping how, what is it? How some classes now getting expertise.
Most, like, again, the only thing that got expertise in that pair was Ranger. Like, Ranger's the only one that didn't have
I know.
expertise now,
I'm
and
just
then
happy
got it.
Rangers getting a tiny bit of love in that aspect, but
Ranger's got
They-
so much
they
love in
needed
this
it.
update, but also, like, if they wanted to wow me with their cool Ranger skills, they should have figured out how to do Beastmaster by now.
that's fair.
Hunter
They
was
have,
the one.
No, they have figured out how to do Beastmaster. It's called the fucking, the Draconic one, where it's like, you
Yeah.
create a beast,
There's,
its ability scale with your level.
I think the one change.
That's like all Artificer stuff as well.
I think the one change I really personally like, because I don't know if everyone will agree on this, is the whole ritual thing.
Yeah.
I like the ability for spellcasters to be able to do rituals as spells they have, but it does make ritual caster as a feat kind of
The
redundant.
ritual caster feat is absolutely garbage now because you don't get a book.
Yeah.
It's just spells that you know, and that is bullshit.
Also,
I do-
Ritual Caster feat is already garbage because so many fucking so many casters already get rituals.
Yeah, but no, only two classes can cast rituals though. It's only like wizard, cleric, and druid. I think.
I think there's
Are
some
there
other
any three?
ones. I think there's.
No,
Druid
there
also
aren't.
do
There aren't
it.
any other ones. I had to chat with Rebecca about this.
There's only like 2 or 3 that can actually do it innately, which is why I'm glad they're changing it to be,
Yeah.
or proposing to change it to be all.
Yeah, because
spellcasters.
warlocks, sorcerers can't. Rangers can't.
I'm against. Again, this is just like it's appeasing to everyone and not really showing any diversification in classes. It's the same reason
bad.
why why I'm not a huge fan of giving dwarves 30 feet of movement, cause even though they're small,
It takes away a bit of that.
because it's
I
like
don't mind if they have the option.
if you've got the option, sure, but it's like you're just like, what's the only difference is poison resistance, which fucking who gives a shit? Poison is like the least damaged thing ever.
Also a very mild buff to Duragar, I'm assuming if dwarves get affected by it.
I don't know. I'm always gonna import it into Fantasy Grounds for people to use if they want, but not when I'm DMing.
Like I'm not trying to argue that something should be in there. Like as I said, personally I like the ritual change. You don't have to.
I think Ritual Caster is a great thing that I think way more casters should have it base, because ritual casting magic is fun as shit.
I
assume
think that they
is
should be able to
not.
get it at later levels, if not early on.
I assume there's a butt there that is not all of them should have it though.
I don't think Warlock
Oh,
should
yeah.
have it.
No, No,
No.
I think Warlock should.
Oh no,
totally have it.
Warlock should have it, but I also don't feel like they should have it, you know? Because it's like, then they can just find like good first level rituals, but again, ritual spells aren't even that combat good. They're just good in their background.
Ritual
So-
spells are good utility-wise. They're never good in combat.
Yeah.
There are
There
no
aren't
combat
even-
rituals.
There aren't even many Warlock spells that are ritual based.
Would it be better if they changed it so instead of it being something they immediately get, say, a warlock, instead it's an invocation they can take?
The thing is, they do that. I don't really like. I understand what's going on with the rituals. I think it's fine for the most part because again, I'm thinking about it now with a bit more of a not a 6 a.m. brain head. A lot of the things that are like identify or unseen servant, but at the same time, like it's fine if you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna cast identify, and it's like, okay, you spend 10 minutes casting identify. That's all that's happening. Like, it's not changing much for anyone.
Just so you
One
know,
of
the
the-
base
oh,
Warlocks
sorry.
list, there's no ritual spells like up from like 1st to 4th level.
Fair. One other change in it, when I was reading through it, that I like, but also feel like needs a slight tweak to the balance. While I do like the idea of getting in, was it a combat inspiration on Nat 1? I feel like that needs a bit more balancing. I mean, I get the whole concept of you rolled a Nat 1, you fucked up, so therefore you're striving even harder the next hit to try and...
Oh, they ruined Bard action economy. They got rid of bonus actions for bards.
yeah.
Dude.
They made them all reactions, which is stupid.
Dude, I can't wait to use my action to jump.
Yeah, I can't wait for like to cast a spell and then fucking move 5 feet and then still have one thing that I can't do anything with.
Actually, that mention you just said there, Kaylee, that is one I
Yeah.
don't like. I don't like the changes they're proposing for jumping.
So I can't jump attack now. That's a shame.
No, but you know what you can do?
I
You
like
can,
the current jump
As a
calculation.
reaction, hit a creature that's gone out of your space, but make that attack a grapple,
Yeah.
and now you have 0. Because all you gotta do is beat the AC.
Like the good thing about the reaction is like they can reaction heal a guy who went down.
No, there is one good thing that did come from the whole thing. Is the needed nerf to guidance.
Yes, I'll give him that. Fuck guidance. Guidance is the
Guidance
best
didn't need
cantrip.
enough.
Yeah, you
Guidance
want?
is honestly-
Have
West
you read that
cantrip.
nerf?
Honestly, I haven't read a lot of this stuff. I flicked through bits of it and I didn't.
So-
This is the thing. I gotta remember, this is a
Yeah.
play test.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm-
exactly.
So much of this will be changed. If we saw
Yeah.
the original like play tests of D&D
Of-
5th edition, God would we be like, that's disgusting. I
Oh,
bet
yeah.
you give it 2 years and one D&D will be nothing like what it looks like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
100%. But do you want to hear what the guidance change was?
Once per day.
Sure, go for it.
It's casted as a reaction after a failed like check, and it adds the default after the fact, and you can only benefit from it once per long rest.
That's fine. That's fine in my opinion. It means
It is.
it means you have to be smart about how you use it, and the fact that it's used on a failed check afterwards means you don't waste it on something.
I wish
Listen,
it was a D6.
My only problem is I don't like guidance as a cantrip being spammed constantly.
This
I
thing-
feel like it's just annoying.
Bardic Inspiration's the same thing.
It is, yeah.
They changed Bardic Inspiration to basically be the exact same thing. It's a reaction after you fail a check.
Yeah.
Well, as
Yeah.
you said, it's a playtest at
Also-
the end of the day, so I'm just looking forward to seeing where it all ends up in a couple of years at the end of the day.
Give it a
I wanna
test, tell them
hope-
your feedback, see what it's like.
I might, if I get the next chance.
I believe it doesn't get expanded if it doesn't if it fails.
How long do we have to actually give feedback? Is it a month?
Yes.
I think it's gonna be more than a month. I think they're gonna like official feedback's a month. Twitter arguing about shit's gonna be forever.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Look,
Oh,
the
there's
thing
gonna be
is,
arguing.
the Sonic movie when it first came out, the internet can bully anyone to do whatever the fuck they want.
If I can get some people that are down for it, I wouldn't mind running a one-shot to test out some of the things.
I'd wait for more classes to come out, because like the three like Rogue is my beloved, but like
I just find the best way to playtest is to literally playtest.
Exactly.
yeah,
That's why I'm saying
obviously.
if people are down for it, I wouldn't mind doing a one-shot.
Hey, if I had the free time, I'd be down, but I bet you I won't.
At this current moment, it reiterates my first version. It's interesting. I don't think I'd do it at the moment. I think it needs more work.
Give it another additional 2.
I think I'm gonna wait until they go Rogue 2.1 instead of Rogue 2.0, because I think the next one's gonna be like, here's the martial classes, or here's like the arcane casters or something. They're probably gonna tie up divine and thing together, and then arcane and martial separately.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll keep you posted anyway. I mean, I can just post in the general in here if I end up needing a few people for that, can't I? So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alright,
if
well,
anyone's chilling in stream, that offer goes out to anyone in AJ and Darian's Discord here.
Yeah.
So ready for some food.
But yeah, I'm just waiting for everyone to tick, and then we can get started with combat. I'm actually BRB.
And frost.
I'm just trying to think. One shots. I'm trying to think. There's a few official ones, isn't there?
there are some.
Mines.
Hmm.
Plus one's been done as one.
Well, yes, but you can also just run that over several sessions.
See, it seems like everyone's back, but AJ just left. I would start this up, but I don't know what these things have for initiative because they
Nah,
didn't tell me.
don't even bother. You know what? Let him suffer. This is his fault.
And Cattlegate, they got healthy. That's their initiative. They
Yeah,
are
you
healthy.
can just let him suffer. He chose to do this.
Wasn't the whole point of doing Unity because you have like their split DM as like a mod?
Doesn't show the initiative stuff, so
Oh, it is so limited. I can do
Oh, that's-
creature
Yeah.
effects. Like, I can do, I can make them do attacks, and I can do stuff like that, and I can see all their abilities, their health, their armor class, how their speed. I can see what their initiative modifier is, but I can't, I still can't see any of the stuff that's hidden for just AJ.
but honestly, that's still better than nothing.
Just roll your own and say, nah, this is what it is now. I am also God.
You know, see, I would do that, but then AJ would give them 2 turns, so no.
I'd take that.
I want 2 turns.
I don't think that's a risk we need.
I'll take it.
It's gonna be a few rounds before you guys get here already.
I don't even think any of you can dash as fast as I can, so...
Oh yeah,
I mean,
fucking-
technically, I could keep up with you if I Misty Step.
True.
I don't think
every
you have enough
round.
misty steps.
I have at least 2. No, sorry, at least 3.
Get
Let's
my
be real though.
rifle.
I think Christine would be happy if Tara died.
Not happy, unfazed.
Complacent.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
the word.
Can I bonus action
back.
activate my Feelies?
No, you have to use a bonus action to escape your feelies.
You could do that? I never knew that was an option.
It's only a reaction.
It's
after you use your action to activate the
It's a DC. It's like a DC 30 skill check. All right, top of the order, Judas.
Okay.
We'll say it's probably 120 feet away from your current position.
Cool. I'm going to use my if there's a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use passage,
Mm-hmm.
which will increase my movement speed, and I'm going to Sage Troopers, or Arctus, by 10 feet this turn. And I am going to then take the dash action and move 80 feet towards combat.
Okay. You're 40 feet away. Christine?
I'm gonna dash.
Arthur's on deck.
I'm gonna dash as my action. 60 feet. You said 120, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually have that spell. Oh, I do. I need the slots, so I am just probably... That will be it for me.
Alright. Top Cowdog.
Moo.
Cowdog goes down, goes to bite at Terra with his dog face.
Bad puppy, bad.
Hiya.
Sharp or blunt teeth?
They're blunt. Misses the thing, and then goes to, as it does, like pivots its back legs to kick Sclera.
Yep.
Hits,
Yeah.
and Sclera takes 9 damage, and then it goes away. Goes back up to the river.
Can I smack it?
No.
Rushes in and then a bonus action disengages.
Akva.
I dash 90 feet, putting me, I think, 30?
Wait, what's your...
45 plus says 55, so you're
Oh.
10 feet away. You're on the map.
Shit, where am I?
Somewhere.
You'd be
Are we mapping over here?
here. Yeah, I've got a map. Let me share it again.
No, I have the map. It was a joke.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Damn.
Don't joke, because it's important.
Troll or something.
I need to know if you're on the map.
So, did I sprint past the Moose and Bolt with this one?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Give me a second, I'll find out.
I need someone to Google what
110
Usain
feet.
Bolt's movement speed is.
It's 110 feet in 6 seconds.
What's 100 meters?
More than that. Right? I don't know. Anyway. Sclera!
Claire's gonna move in.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up Terra. Doesn't care if she's resisting or not. And it's gonna drag her out this way.
Does Terra resist?
Plans. My plans.
Is Terra gonna resist?
Yes.
And then roll a strength v strength.
God. My strength is great.
You are not faster than
I
Usain Bolt.
finally rolled higher than an 8.
That's sad.
You are not faster than
You are
Usain
not
Bolt.
the father. You are not the faster than Usain Bolt.
I would like
what's
to
the
point out
18?
that I have found this.
Alright, click the little C button to me. Yeah. Ooh!
Oh my God.
Meets it!
Nailed
Does in fact beats it, and he is the aggressor. She is pulled away.
Oh.
And
Wait,
you were saying
that was
something,
you.
I'm sorry.
Hmm? Yeah, she was resisting.
I had
Um,
plans.
you did
ruined
have
my
plans. However,
It's Jimmy.
before Osiris can go,
Oh no,
bang.
be gentle.
Well, I'm pulling her behind Little Kitten.
What's its speed?
You told me that for, isn't it?
30
It's
feet.
half movement.
It-
When
it
it,
would be
It'll be
half-
half
It's a
movement.
mount. It's a large creature.
You're not putting it on her back, you're biting her.
dragging.
It's still
Yeah, it's
hard.
moving against her wheels. It's half speed.
Okay. So yeah, be there.
Yeah, and then this guy gets up.
Hi.
And will
I think that's my tidal wave.
do a
prefer
longbow
Wonderwall.
attack. Once at Sclera. Hitting.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Goodbye, horsey.
And doing 6 damage. And then firing one at Terra.
Oh.
And hitting. And doing
We can beat that, right, Darian?
doing 7. And now it's Osiris' turn. Selena's on deck.
Alright, it's me. What up, everybody?
I'm doing pretty alright. How about you?
Look, I'm just gonna dash. Do dash things.
Okay, you dash 60 feet and you are 60 feet away.
I will. You said I'm 60 feet away?
Yes.
Away from what? Being where
On the map.
Akbar is?
Yeah.
I'm assuming
I
there's like a
will-
little decline as well when you go that way.
I will. Where is it? I will bonus action, Bardic Inspiration, Shikuba.
Okay.
Akbar. That's gonna
It's
take a little
okay.
bit to get used to. You have to forgive me.
Just go little kitten if that's easier.
Mario double dash.
Hmm?
Don't worry.
My favorite Mario Kart.
Alright.
That is my turn. Oh,
Selena, you're up. Terra's on deck.
Alright. So if we're 120 feet away, I can get in range of shooting if I just standard walk and misty step the rest of the way. Let me see.
I'll say 120 feet is like even when Jacover is, he doesn't have line of sight on the cow dogs properly yet, so you have to get a lot closer to actually have line of sight.
Okay, cool. Alright, I won't
can
worry
make
bother with
like
the
a
misty
sketch.
step then. Okay, I'm just gonna stand a dash for now, and I was gonna do a mage armor, but I think that I might wait. I'll just dash 60 feet.
Alright. Terra, you're up.
Yep. Just double checking something.
I don't believe anyone's in your way.
Where you sleep, he's dead.
double checking something still at half damage.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Call Lightning.
Alright. As
And,
you cast
I'm,
Call Lightning.
I'm gonna drop that first hit on the Hyena Man's.
He failed.
Oh, so he takes full damage.
Call Lightning is one of my favorite, like, druid-only spells.
Where are you centering it?
Going to center it to the left of him, so it should be able to hit the cow dog as well, because I think it's everything within 5 feet.
I feel like this should be way
Hit.
bigger. Hello? It should be like 60 feet, right?
Oh, no, the actual,
60
like,
foot radius.
the actual thing of the thing you can attack.
Natural lightning, yeah, each creature within 5 feet of the point, so where I choose for it to strike down, effectively.
No, he's talking about, like, the actual raise of
like-
where you can
like
strike down
cloud
from.
that you make.
There's a big, like, you make a big 60 foot radius thing. Which
No,
is
that's the
60 foot radius.
I don't have
Yeah,
to
a storm cloud is a cylinder that is 10 feet tall with a 60 foot radius centered at a point you see 100 feet directly above you. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it
so
needs to
about there is where I
be
should put it, yeah.
10,
centered above you.
10, centered above her?
Yes.
Alright.
Centered at a point you can see 100 feet directly above you.
Yeah.
You are correct, so it needs to be on you. Yeah.
There's also a point you can see.
No,
It just
says
has to be
Directly
above
above
100
you.
feet.
see 100 feet directly above you.
It's 100 foot height, but anywhere within that.
Anywhere I
point,
can
right?
see, so it doesn't have to
Directly
be
above
you.
you.
Otherwise, why would it have a range?
No, it says, there's a centered on a point you can see 100 feet directly above you.
That's confusing wording.
It's
But why would it have a range then in that case?
I don't know.
Because anything within that range gets shot.
Bullshit.
I'm trying
Not
to.
everything within the range.
I'm trying
Okay,
to
it's
articulate.
she picks a point within 120 feet,
100 feet
and
above
then
that.
it is, and then it's 100 feet above that point. That's why it's above you, not directly above. It's just 100 feet. Yeah. That way, if there was a ceiling 100 feet, less than 100 feet up, the spell doesn't work.
Yeah.
It does, we just hit nothing.
Exactly. Well, that's why you summon it inside the
Centering it
rock and just hits the rock,
here.
whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, Jeremy
That's
Crawford.
why Call
give us
Lightning is a good spell.
Alright.
Yeah,
then
we're gonna start some bonfires right now.
The first strike, I'm setting it sort of to the left of the hyena boss man,
Yep.
so it'll hit the cow dog and the hyena man's.
I'm going to quickly convert this to a thing because I think it's going to be a bit more annoying if it's not.
Okay, so Call Lightning, yeah, is an odd spell because its range is measured from the effect it creates the storm cloud, not the
Yep.
caster. Okay.
Yeah,
Here we go.
great one.
Whack, yo.
Call Lightning's great.
It's a weird
Right.
wording, but I mean, it makes some sense.
Sure.
I think that.
Alright, wait, what?
You need the radius of the. You've already broke that.
Why is the cow taking damage?
So when you choose the point for it to strike, everything is within 5 foot range, and so I've chosen the strike going to the left of the hyena man.
Is
so
the
it will hit
hyena man above?
and the cloud dog.
The higher man is above. Like, these are like 10 feet above.
Okay.
If the lightning strike, it should be anything within 5 feet of that one thing, yeah?
Yeah.
I assume it's shooting
Would
down.
elevation make a difference?
I think it would, yeah.
Ascension-
Because if it strikes at the bottom, it only
Ascending,
hits the cow.
ascending 5 feet up will, yeah, it will only hit the cow. If it's 10-foot cliff.
Yeah, but the lightning is called from the clouds itself.
Yeah, but it strikes down.
It strikes down.
Yeah.
It strikes
With
down
5
on the point
feet,
of
anything
blood.
around it.
It's the DM rule is the elevation matters.
Yeah.
Alright.
Totally
Sorry.
understandable.
Yeah, cow. Which one am I taking damage
And would
off?
not have taken any damage, yeah.
Okay. Let me find it. There we go.
And I will. Back here.
Hi.
Okay.
Hello.
Good to realize that. Alright. That's it?
Yep.
Cowman 2. With its 50 feet. 5,
That's a cow
10,
dog.
15,
Well.
yeah, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Hi.
Hi. It'll do a bit. Square up. A miss. Hooves it to curve up. No, Akva. A miss. Tip top, Judas.
I'm how many feet away? 40 feet, right?
You're what was your thing last turn? For 40?
I increased my speed by
Yeah.
10 and
Yeah,
I dashed.
so you're 40 feet
I'm
away.
Okay, do I have line of sight on the cow dog?
Yeah?
Moonbeam!
Yeah?
More circles.
Just because we needed more.
Well, Moonbeam wasn't. Moonbeam can actually just do the token.
It's a moon.
It's a beam.
It's a moon and a beam.
It's Spider-Man.
She's a bitch and a witch.
I think it's
Sandwich.
Spider-Man.
Oh, I'm not on the. Okay, I'll just have to roll on the.
Yeah, because you're 10 feet away still. It fails.
Still control. Click on things.
And you deal 12 damage.
And I will move 30 feet.
Yep. You're 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I have range on my figure. Do I? No. I don't know.
Alright.
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Christine?
60 foot away to be where Jakuva is, correct?
Yes.
Then I am going to use 30 foot of movement.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to actually see the cow dog from like 30 feet away? Like just rushing up to it, like the one that's next to Jakuva?
Yep.
Okay, in that case, then I am going to use my bonus action and a second level spell slot to create a spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
There is no token on this one for some reason, so I'm just going to
Just
attack
drag
it.
the spell again.
I will do that right now then. Spiritual weapon. Please delete yourself from my life.
Yeah, I've been having trouble deleting things.
Delete my life. Cool. I'm going to snack it.
You hit.
Isn't it a D8 plus my thing? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Good thing I caught that. Why is it not working with base? Weird. Interesting.
Do 10 damage.
Cool. That's my bonus action. As my action, I am just going to raise my hands, more or less the sort of energy that I normally cast, and I'm gonna bring it down and hold the dead.
Okay. Gonna bing bong that ding dong on the cow dog.
Yeah. Bing bong. Fuck you.
It succeed.
That's surprising. That's my action. Movement already 30 feet. That's my turn.
Okay. Before that, we have a hyena man. He stand up.
Why is he so much better than Hyena Boss?
He then fire his bow at Sclera. Miss. Then he 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and take that damage. And then it's cow dog turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Go for bite. Go for hoof.
Slow her down.
Slayer is down. Because Slayer is down, he rampage. Moves bonus action, move half its speed. Vomp.
Does it have speed left?
Yep, he can with the bonus action of Rampage and make
yeah,
another
it's
Hooves
just-
attack.
Oh, no, I
Equal
get
to,
you.
it's not your total. Yeah.
He misses against Terra. Arkva, you're up.
Rampage, I call it.
So, the others aren't too far behind, but as much as I want to do what I was going to do, I don't necessarily know if Terra can handle these for a round. I'm going to move up,
Mm-hmm.
Rage,
Mm-hmm.
good old Reckless,
Go ahead.
and good old Punch.
Go ahead.
So yeah, it's just my good old shield gauntlets at Caldog 8.
Miss.
You can add an inspiration to that.
That's true, you're not wrong. I'm just
But
trying
don't
to
do it
remember.
anyway.
What is the inspiration again? D8?
What
Yeah,
is
You do it.
Sure.
because we're cool.
Does
Maybe
a
nine.
14 matter?
Yes.
That's a miss.
No hits.
Oh, cool.
I didn't say the D8 roll though.
Oh, did it not?
No.
No.
But I'll trust you.
No, I'll type it, it's fine. It's not popping up. Well, that's
No.
even better.
There you go.
So, that one rolled.
Oh no, I kept rolling all my bad rolls off screen.
Gosh, and
no.
golly
Sure.
gee.
And then, Ghost Radiant Fist, go.
Punch.
Yep, and then extra attack.
Mm-hmm.
Still recklessing, because, yep.
Hit.
Yep, and because it's still my main hand technically, that's also Radiant, I think. I've really gotta figure out the ruling on that.
What determines if a
offhand
14
thinking.
hits? Their AC. Their armor class. That hits you do 8 damage. I'm answering chat.
And then, well, I can't bonus action because I raged. I'm gonna stare at them.
Okay.
I want this one. I want Mad Dog, Cowdog 8 to notice me.
Gonna
Okay.
mad dog him.
But you know who does notice you? Hyena Man 8.
Break it.
No.
And Hyena Man 8 gotta use his bow.
You're gonna have fucking poison. I know it.
Pachoo. The Pachoo miss. But you know what doesn't miss? Hyena Man 20.
Ain't even 10.
Hyena Man
Oh,
20.
Damn it.
He also strike it with bow. Pachoo.
I couldn't be, I couldn't be
Is he
10.
actually counting correctly? Yeah, it is.
Yes. That +1 didn't. That helped a lot.
Wow.
Hyena Man boss. He have 2 attacks with his longbow.
No.
I'm making
Once
sure I
that
told them
after.
Terra. Therefore, Terra is hidden.
And second one on Terra.
Damn it.
A miss, and then he's going to incite a rampage on the Cowdog 12.
It's mean.
And by doing so, the Cowdog 12 must make a melee attack.
Well, it can only hit me if it's 12.
Yeah.
Getting jiggy with it.
He will go for a kick. Hiya! Can they roll above A10? Miss.
No.
Osiris, you're up.
Hey Darren, you
Maybe
roll.
maybe it's my turn to start rolling.
That's a lie, and you know it.
Darren, roll d20.
Boy. Do I
Natural.
go?
No.
Hey, nice work. Where's this luck anytime we need it?
Range
It's right there, you're just not using it.
30 feet. So if I move 30, then I'm 30 feet away from this spot.
If you move 30 on the map. No, if you move 60
30.
on the map. Yeah.
I move 60 on that. So if I move 30, I'm 30 feet away.
Mhm.
What is the range of that? It is 30 feet. That is 30 feet. Oh, do I just... Nah, I won't. I'll save it. Yeah, I'll just dash to get on the map.
Okay.
And I will bonus action Inspire Terror.
Okie dokie. So line up.
Alright, I'm gonna move up I think it's just 30 feet that I need to do to be able to get within a 30 feet range of Aqua. I am going to do that, and I am going to quicken spell and start with a haste on to Aqua so that he can hit more things.
Is haste not touch?
No, it's 30 feet.
Interesting.
Really?
I just did a little read of that before.
Well,
Yep.
that's
One action, range 30 feet.
Yep.
Concentration up to
Cool.
1 minute.
It's a good spell.
Enlarge reduces touch.
I don't know why my brain was just like, can I concentrate while raging? No, it's not me that has to.
Aqua's current AC is 22.
Nice.
Those are rookie numbers.
So, yeah,
You're also
basically
4
I'm
levels
just
higher
like,
than him.
I had 20 around level 4.
I just cast that one, and I'm going to hang back, and from the range I can see, I'm assuming just the cow dogs from where I'm at. I will shoot an Eldritch Blast at, let me see, which one is, they're both looking pretty, I'm going to go for the one in the Moonbeam.
Okay. They go yet? No, they haven't gone yet.
They had it inside of a rampage.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, hit. You deal 8 damage. You do 12 damage. No, 8 damage. Don't worry, I can read.
8 damage to 12.
8 to 12. 8 to 12.
9 to 12.
12 to 1.
But you do have a second beam.
You do have a second sure.
I do, I figured
Yeah,
about
5th
that.
level.
Your
Nice.
5th level.
I will go
Instead
again.
of getting double dice, you get double beam.
Which is still double dice.
I like that.
Yeah, but you roll again.
Hey, that was nearly a crit.
I mean, if you were a fighter champion.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so yeah, I just like piff those two off, but I'm gonna stay back for now.
Okay.
They've got the front.
Tear up.
That's good timing because my brother just finally left to study. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm just gonna use Core Lightning again, and I'm gonna hit the spot just above Cadog 12 to the right, so I hit both of them.
Mhm.
I targeted both.
They both fail.
Oh.
They take 8
Nice.
damage.
And how much else I can do, I believe? So
17 damage. I apologize.
Oh, save, Jesus.
They will.
Oh,
First do their saving throw.
Did it already take the damage though when he rolled it onto it initially?
He didn't
Yeah,
roll
but
the
it
damage
costs
on an initiative. What? Did he do it last turn?
When he cast the spell, he rolled the damage onto it
Oh,
straight
then,
away.
then it doesn't matter. Because
Meant to do it at the
Moonbeam's
start of
at
their
the
turn.
start of their turn, not when you cast a spell. No, if you already rolled damage and already did it once, then they're not doing it this turn. Yes?
First time on a turn or starts its turn. Then.
Yeah, you rolled it as you casted it.
It's not its turn.
Basically, when you cast it, you're meant to then wait until its turn, then it makes the save.
Otherwise, it's double damage.
Yeah.
But it's already happened, so
Yeah, so
we'll just
we're
skip
saying
it this
we're
time and do it
skipping
next
this.
time.
Yeah.
It does say a turn and not.
Shut up.
Your idea would be overpowered as fuck. It's what leads to double damage.
The 21 blocks Arcfit.
You can thank me later.
This one also misses, but now a bonus action disengages. One,
They
2,
Aqua has Sentinel.
4, 5,
I never
6,
said they were running.
7, 8. Yep. That's that one. Top of the order. Judas.
Judas will get on the map.
Okay.
Now we're 10 feet off, so I've got 20 feet left. Will I see Mr. Hyena Man on top of the thing?
Yeah, by now you would.
"60 feet in any direction, huh?" have to be straight.
I mean, it's a direction.
So just pass.
That move's going places.
Interesting. Interesting.
If we're going by that, then pass over those to get take damage there.
No.
Not
We're
the
saying,
turn.
we're saying you did it wrong the first time. It's meant to be in a position, then they start the turn there, and then if they pass through it, they take damage.
The beam has to concentrate enough for it to take damage, right? Think of it like that. It's charging a laser.
It's either if they start their turn there, or they walk into it themselves.
Yeah.
And that's how we always run it.
But it reads when the creature enters the spell's area for the first time on.
Yeah.
And we're telling you, as the GMs, this is how we're running it.
Dimitri, it says that when the creature enters the spell's area, the creature's not entering the spell's area, the spell is entering the creature's area, which is the opposite. Because yes, I understand your reasoning, but if you are able to do that with the Moonbeam becomes one of the most overpowered spells, because you can 60 feet sweep it across groups of enemies to do shitloads of damage.
It's a second level spell.
We had this issue back when we did Strahd, and this is the same agreement we came to then.
Same in Darren's campaign, actually.
Yep.
Moonbeam is always a point of.
Loading is not great.
Think of it as when you're moving it, you're lowering the full charge bar, and it needs time to recharge, and that time is when a creature starts their turn. So you move the Moonbeam.
I'll move it there then.
That's fair. Okay.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Anything else?
Yep, that's within 60 feet. They'll both take the hit on their turn.
Yeah. Bonus action. Gonna Fey Gift. Get 5 temp. Move up here.
Okay. Christine, you're up.
If I were to move, like, say, to the area to the left of my spiritual weapon, would that be an elevated platform?
Yes.
Would those two, like, sort of, protrusions on the left and the right count as cover as well, or it's flat rock? But I don't know how to interpret that. My eyes are seeing things weirdly.
Which protrusions? The ones like directly
Like-
next to it? Yeah, if you wanted to hide behind it, they count as cover.
Yeah, like that, and then one on the left side of like the other side of it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to move 30 feet to kind of put myself behind cover, behind one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be, yep, there. And then I'm going to bonus action move the spiritual weapon and attack.
Okay.
Just go here. 'Cause it's basically a fury. Etik
You hit.
and sneak.
You do 8 damage.
And then I am going to basically for my action duck around the cover, or no, peel around the cover and fire a fireball at the hyena boss across the other side.
Okay.
Fuck
Miss
you.
it.
I'm gonna use Favor by the Gods.
Okay.
I need to actually double check to make sure I can use
I
that
thought that was
before or
only
after.
saves.
It's attacks
Okay.
as well, I believe.
Was it an
Fail a saving throw or miss with an attack roll.
Okay.
I just realized how fast I can move.
17.
17 hits.
Yep.
Let's see. 2d10. Ah! Not good.
Do 3 damage.
Ooh,
I think Darian level of rolling.
that was
It's okay.
disappointing. for you.
I rolled pretty good d4s though, so
Nice.
it's my turn.
That's what matters.
Alright, Hide Man 1. Make your save.
Dimmy? Okay.
He succeeds. He takes 8 damage. He then will fire his longbow at... Let's go Terra. Pachoo. Hits. Terra takes 3 damage. He then backs up and will... Yeah.
Disappear.
Do a stealthy check.
Jokes on you, I can always see everything with my 11.
Cowdog 8 will now do a bite at Judas. Miss. A hooves at Atfa. Well, that jumped over that 20, huh? And then it disengages as a bonus action. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh, that works for me
5,
then.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Goodbye.
Knocked it.
Cool. So this is a 10-foot gap, right?
What's the 10-foot gap?
Sorry, the between like here and here.
Yes.
Cool. And I assume just behind me that is up hard I can climb up or walk up. Like if I go
Yep.
back slightly. Yep. Cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mhm.
Going to long jump it, and I assume I can definitely make that with my movement with haste.
It's. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. So I long jump, and I plan to
It does
attack
not
this
matter.
guy
Go ahead.
with reckless.
Speed does not matter.
Yep. So first attack.
It hits.
Yep. So that is the. Let me go down my Divine Fury. That is the Radiant. I gotta move these up more.
I'm so glad I hasted you.
Right. Then
10 damage.
bonus action for the offhand, which I still switched offhand, correct?
Yes.
Cool. And second attack, or the offhand attack, I mean.
That hits.
Yep. So that's with the necrotic.
You
Cool.
do 12 damage.
Yep. Extra attack.
Go ahead.
Oh, 1 sec. I got. I'll roll it though. That should be. No, it's the exact same either way.
Hit.
I think. I'm not sure. No, we discussed this. You said to in DMs, yeah. So that one's back to Radiant. And
9
then
damage.
I think I still have my hasted attack.
Yep.
Yep. So that's just another normal.
And you hit.
With a haste attack, do you want me to count that as Radiant or Necrotic?
Everyone, you want to
You
hit
do.
it?
Cool, we'll just keep it 50-50.
As you do, as you punch this necrotic energy, as you run up, punch it 4 times. Each time you're pushing it lower to the ground until its corpse is laying there.
I'm trying to think how much more movement I have. That was.
Did the free damage help?
3 damage and had 3 HP.
Would I have just enough
Oh.
movement left to jump up to that like edge next to the other hyena man? Trying to think with the heal and. Or I can probably get to at least like the edge here, I think.
Yeah.
What's your current movement speed?
45.
40.
So it's 90 overall, which is.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I would make that or not.
2,
I think
3,
you-
4,
I think you would,
5,
actually.
6.
I'm more wondering if I can make it to here or if that's like a ledge, then I'd have to go here or.
90 is...
No.
Trying to do math. 15? 90's 15?
Where he is right now
Yeah.
is 12.
Yeah. Then yeah, I guess you could jump.
To like there or to there?
Wherever you want to jump.
Cool. I jump. I mean, I assume that's solid enough. I can stand there.
Mhm.
Yep. I jump to there and look at the hyena man.
But you're right next to the edge. Long live the king.
Too soon. Too
Oh,
soon.
I clicked that too soon.
I'm gonna push him off the
8. Does he
Give me
saving
make
throw?
the save.
He fails.
And then the stampede comes.
He does 10 damage. He then attacks with his spear. Crits.
Oh no!
I want it to hurt.
You
Uh,
know,
okay.
that's fine.
Hiya.
No, he wanted to hurt.
How far away is he from me?
A bit.
No, Chakuvra.
How much?
bit.
How much am I looking at?
We're having a look now.
Is it 60 feet? 'Cause I might be able to reduce some damage for you.
It's 40 feet and a 10 feet climb, so basically 50 feet away.
I took
My
That's
four
max
damage,
damage.
10 HP.
Reduced to 4 with resistances and temp HP. Went from 18 to 4.
Wow.
Oh wait, how did I get to 18 to 4? Let me.
It was 5 temp HP.
Yeah, so
It'd
that'd
be
be
9.
13.
Is it half then taken off?
Because you're resistant, so yeah, it'd be half and then taken off. So
So
yeah,
it's
9,
minus
5,
five,
and
yeah.
4. Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. We're good.
yeah. Meh.
Math
How's
is
he doing?
difficult. And then he's gonna fucking run away. 2,
After
Hey.
that, I
Right.
would too.
4. You can make an opportunity attack if you wish.
Hells yeah.
As
Let
if
him
you
run.
wouldn't.
Let him run. I want to chase.
Hit.
Cool, cool. That's I assume radiant.
You
This is
can
now
punch
a
wherever one
cat
you
and
want to
mouse.
punch.
Oh, I'm
Pick
radiant.
a hand.
So you know.
You do 8 damage.
Yeah, pick a hand, any hand, see?
And he runs
Oh,
off.
yeah, as
He runs off map.
I'm not
And now you chase him.
I might make a rule that you can't chase off map. It's them giving up.
No.
That counts as you killing it. It's running away.
very well.
We get the XP
No.
for it? Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
No, if they run off screen, we get double XP.
Is it
Let's
because
have
you
a
know if I
vendetta.
did chase him down, he would die?
That's exactly. I'm saying like if you wanted to waste your time and kill him, you could.
We have learned from last time that it is bad to let people escape. I mean, remember Illawell?
No, I don't want to.
Do you guys remember Illawell?
Nah.
I got extensive notes.
For sure.
Your notes remember, so you don't have to.
Thanks.
1, 2,
You read me like a book.
4, 5,
Cowards.
I look at him as he shoots the arrow.
and a stealthy check. Does he run? He's not very good at stealthing, but you can see him run off map.
Oh.
Cyrus. Guys, what if the gnolls go tell someone that you're here? You know?
I know, right?
The gnolls
The
that can't
gnolls will go
communicate.
back to the fairies. The fairies
Yeah.
will go back to them, just cascade.
Yeah, and then if we have a
Oh, shit,
vampire at our
the rod's
door.
hit.
It's gonna cause
No.
the apocalypse, guys.
No, we're gonna have a vampire at our door. We're gonna let him in by accident.
You know what? You're right. Yuhunger himself.
It's fine, I'll just radiant the vampire.
Yuhunger himself might appear from the abyss
I
because
know,
you're
you
letting these
accidentally
guys
did
leave.
necrotic.
I use my wand of magic missiles.
Okay.
I assume
All
I
of them.
can't really see Cowdog 12.
No, not from the
You have to curve the bullet for 12.
I don't need a curved ball. It's magic missile.
Yeah,
It
curved
is
bullet.
the curve. Yeah. Now I'll just unload into Cowdog 8.
That's not very nice of him. He's just trying to do his...
Uh,
Stand up on the ledge and do it.
Yeah, but then I gotta move. Yeah, how much this
Oh.
shell weighs, dude? It's a lot.
Why did you even speak
I'm
my
already puffed. I'm gonna use all my charges because I can.
Go ahead.
One,
Roll that d20.
I will. 2,
Yeah.
3, 4.
This is gonna be the
5,
one time after speaking about how he just doesn't
Oh,
care about
7.
rolling it.
Definitely unclicked it. Now, are we doing it where it's I roll the dice once and it's applied to all of them, or what?
However you want to do. I like the fun, but if you want to do the smart and
Rules
quick
is
way,
written.
then go ahead. It's not rules is written. It's rules is dumb.
if it's the case of if you like rolling lots of dice, go for it.
Okay. Jeez, don't.
If you just
3,
want to
4,
do
5, 6,
number
7,
times
8,
7.
9, 10.
No, that's wrong because I accidentally unclicked retake.
It's 10 because the first is free.
6,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9. Okay, cool.
That was one of the ones that can break, right?
7, 8,
Yeah.
9, 10. Oh yeah, that's why I did it.
Okay.
So this will be plus, also
Plus
plus
10.
10.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
It's dead.
That's why we roll.
We killed
that's
it.
42 damage. Yeah, it explodes. If you hadn't rolled, that would have been a 1.
Oh, you guys saw that, right?
Yeah.
I gasped.
Killed.
So you just raise the wand of the magic missiles that's running away, and there's a flurry of magic missiles fly out and strike the retreating beast in the back, and it just collapses into a
Yeah.
bloody pustuling heap.
For
I
a
was gonna
brief
say, is there
second,
anything left?
for a brief second, it looks like a hedgehog cake, and then the spikes disappear.
Wow.
Yes. Which one?
All of
Give
them.
me a-
Number 8.
Yes.
No, the one with the
Man,
teeth.
I rolled some really good
Oh my god.
magic missile damage. I will
Yeah.
now bonus action battle ready telepathy,
Hmm.
and I will
What's the resistance?
yeah, I wish to use the find an opening aspect and give it to Akbar.
Okay.
I think that you just have advantage.
No, you have to make the saving throw.
I gotta make the saving throw.
Yeah. So you need a.
Oh no, its wisdom's probably so good.
It did succeed.
Yeah, it did. That's all
Its
it
wisdom.
did.
Its wisdom's actually not bad.
Which makes me sad.
Here's the thing: you don't know about Lacrona. They can actually talk.
I don't know anything about.
I don't want to
Just-
speak to
Yeah,
that
they're
thing.
not creatures.
Orcs can talk.
I don't want to speak to
Orcs
that
can
thing.
also talk.
Orcs can talk.
Anything else?
That's action. That's bonus action. Save for movement. So I'm good.
All right. Selena.
Alright, I'm going to move up to where Jakufra was originally, next to the spiritual weapon. I just moved my token from the
Yeah.
character screen, yeah?
Yeah. Oh wait, let me put you on.
No, that's not working.
Let me just
I
put
don't know
you on
why
the
I thought
map.
that'd work.
I mean,
I
There's no
cannot see Dog 12 from there, can I?
Not really, not with the curve. You need to be up a more.
I hope
Why
we
do
can
I
see
keep
me.
moving around? Okay, I can't see anything. Looking to the rest of the group just to make sure everyone's okay. Noticing that Judas looks alright, noticing that Tara's a little bit scratched up. I'm going to just give her a quick heal.
Okay.
Because that is all I can do.
You know, I just realized I feel like you giving me haste is basically catnip.
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just normal.
Enemy,
crap.
enemy cast catnap on you.
You need to have a catnap after that catnip.
Tear it
Oh,
up.
I'll take that spell.
Will I be able to see Cattle 12 from there?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna call lightning on him again.
That's not very nice. He's just trying his best. You don't know. He could be enslaved
They
by
started
this.
this.
They didn't. though. Yeah.
No, they didn't.
They did. They were trying to lure us out.
They weren't trained for shit. They were bullied. With his nat 20,
Train.
with his nat 20, Osiris knows that these guys are bullied by gnolls to work for them. Otherwise, they die.
Oh, wow.
Big Judas.
So we
No.
just speed
Well,
up
both.
the process.
You did kill them quickly. And with that, yeah, I think that's everyone you can see.
Oh,
I
God.
mean,
If you look, when I say you don't need to run off the map to kill these things, I'm assuming that if you wanted to take the time to do so, you could.
yeah, I probably would.
Running out into the darkness on your
I
own?
mean, keep in mind if I'm dashing, that's
The 180
Raging and the
feet.
flash.
Yeah, anything that can go back to something and make this happen again is bad.
As Jakurva quickly flashes around the nearby area and proceeds to beat 3 gnolls' heads in, the combat is over.
And then immediately takes a nap for like 1 turn.
Yeah, he's then stops for a second whenever Selena cancels a spell or the minute passes.
I let him have his fun with it, and like when it runs out, it runs out.
This is like a river, right?
Yeah, it's a small river, not really any
I know.
flow.
I nap here.
Stream.
I nap here.
Darren named this encounter, so you have to give him respect. It's called You Gotta Pay the Toll.
You pay the null
There was
toll.
no toll.
I
Toll
mean,
was
the
your-
toll was the lives.
Yeah, exactly.
No, this is
Oh,
luring
I
us out.
took along the way.
And you each get 358 experience.
Sweet.
Getting there.
I mean, Judas gets
It's not
360.
enough.
It is not
How does this
enough.
math work?
They give the last person on the thing for
Ah.
some reason an extra point.
You know what? He's earned it after all the trauma he's been through.
Extra
Sure.
points, actually.
He lost his friend.
Oh, I guess it does just randomly assign like the excess to someone when it's not completely divisible.
It is, yeah. Which is
Good to
dumb.
know.
Interesting.
That extra 2 goes to the DMs.
If he is in like say the party like sort of information, if he's at the bottom, that might be why.
He's not at the bottom.
Interesting then.
He's at the bottom of the watch order.
He's not at the
It might
bottom.
just
Man,
totally
I
be
posted
random.
those porcupine.
I
cakes.
assume it's. I'm
Which one
assuming
was
it's
it?
random.
hope
It's 15.
Clearly the top one.
I say it's the top one after Magic Missile, and it was
Yeah.
the bottom one before Magic Missile.
But
You're welcome.
but yeah, what do you guys do now? you slayed the encounter.
Well, that was invigorating.
Now, before we get dragged out to do anything else, I reckon we should go back and ignore any other cries or yelps in the night.
Yeah.
And look to Terra. Is that okay?
Okay.
Y'all want some of this water?
Before we go, do these things have useful parts?
Cyrus
To
looks at its face. No.
Nice
Jakuba's
face.
long gone as well, so I can't really
Its
ask.
face is dumb.
Am I?
Sorry,
Didn't you like fall asleep at the river?
Yeah, that the encounter place.
Oh, okay. I just approach you and be like, do these have useful parts?
Okay, Jakuba will get up. He will approach the one that's dead nearby. And he will first investigate it. It doesn't matter what that rolls, because it's just
Yeah, I
investigation.
was gonna say Arkva does in fact have the well-known story trait of eating anything.
And then
At least
he
once.
just needs to rip its leg off, like a chicken wing.
If it meets, it eats.
You rip off a sizable, good leg.
Do you want me to roll for that?
Ripping off the leg? No, I think you can do that. There's no finesse needed for that.
Can you please actually roll for that?
I do think that's like just raw strength, wouldn't it be?
That's why I'm saying it doesn't matter. It's a cause. Eventually, he'll succeed.
Anyone want one? Want a bite?
I was sort of more thinking like things that could be, made into potions and stuff like that, but
Ooh, it's got a bone.
I guess
You've never had bone broth, have you?
yeah, I have, but not from these things. I don't know if these things are edible, are they? They don't look very edible.
I take a bite out of its raw leg muscle.
Meat is meat.
Yeah.
You don't meet me.
It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Bit gamey.
Is it
Pretty
better
game.
than bug meat though?
Yeah. It's got more flavor than bug meat.
Bug meat's a lot of protein with no taste. This is a lot of bad taste.
Just because there's flavor doesn't mean it's good flavor.
Look, flavor's flavor. I've eaten rust for God's sake.
This is in fact not Flavor Town.
This is definitely a step up from bugs and rust.
Are you implying you want it cooked?
I've never tried raw meat before. I don't know if I have the constitution for it. I'd really hate to be, just completely useless to the group because of food poisoning, but maybe another time.
I will pick it up and take it with us.
Okay then.
We're having raw, not raw. We're having cooked. What were these again?
Lacrotto.
We're having cooked dog tonight, apparently.
Alright.
Had a dog face, I think you said.
Cow dog.
Yeah. Maybe beef then?
More like barf.
Oh man, he's a great character. You know, him and Captain Lone Star.
So the group eventually reconvenes back at the place where the tower was going to be that Osiris never finished casting.
Yes, let me tick off my last third level spell slot in case some sort of bullshit encounter happens.
Okay.
And in the night,
Just
And
get
you
more
sleep. You slept.
Just like cast the alarm. That's it.
Alright.
the alarm goes off. It was a squirrel.
He'd bark at you. As you continue on, you've got 5 more days before reaching the road to go north along the coast.
I'm gonna have to ration back because I got that thing.
Is there anything you guys want to do?
Not encounter one of those things again. I'll just like, I think I'll just roll like a perception, just as like I'm being a little bit more wary now.
Yeah.
Like listening out for just weird animal sounds.
Yeah, and over the next few days, occasionally, like when he gets into the early evening time, you occasionally hear the sounds of wounded animals in the distance, and you're like, yeah, I'm not going to risk that again.
Do we at some point, I guess as we approach, hear or smell the sound of water? Wait, the scent?
You smell salt water.
Good.
In fact, at one point, you guys pass like a smallish river that you have to like ford, but it's like ankle deep, so it's not a big deal.
And at the end of those additional, I believe it was 5 days,
Yeah, you said 9 days total.
you reach the edge of the Great Forest.
In those 5 days of travel, I would like to have a small scene with Christine if I could.
Go ahead.
Jimmy, you done?
Yeah, I'm down, obviously.
So while we're camping out, I'll wait for a time where Christine is more on her own, and Tara will go over to her and just like, do you mind if I chat to you for a second?
She's imagine she's like just sort of looking in a different direction, turns to see you, kind of has a look of confusion, yet confusion and like curious. What about?
Well, I know you're not the biggest fan of me. I understand. From what I heard, some good things have happened to you guys. Questionable things. But I just wanted to let you know I don't mean anyone here harm, and I do hope you could maybe see me as something like family eventually. So for starters, I would like to give you this. I've heard, of course, Selena's your sister, and some things may be happening that aren't the most pleasant of things. So I made you this. And she gives Christine the little bracelet of Selena's woven hair.
Oh my
It's,
god.
it's like really like intricately woven and stuff like that. This is something you can keep, even if she's not around, to always remember her, to remember her love for you and everything. I hope it's something you may like.
What is this?
It's her hair.
I think for the first time, she is quite literally stunned and shocked. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
Tara looks very proud of herself.
what the fuck are you doing?
What do you mean?
Why? Do I have to explain why this is weird?
I don't understand. It's keeping a piece of someone you love with you.
Like, pulls out the pendant. Something that's a bit, maybe not her, was gifted from her, with meaning about her. Taking stuff from people. Ugh. Does she know you did this?
She knows I cut her hair.
She's ugh. She looks like a little bit like I don't know, like a little bit like sick of the idea, like that she's like thinking that this is like an actual like proper thing. Ugh, I want to make an insight check. I want to try and see like, is she like putting off the idea of like this is something that she is doing within like a hidden agenda, or is this just something she just genuinely just made, like as a thing, like just has no idea of the context behind it?
I just think that it's nice,
Do you?
even if it's a little bit
I
strange.
mean, some people genuinely do keep like a lock of hair in a locket with typically someone's face
Exactly.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a bracelet?
Typically, it's a baby's first haircut. Though.
Yeah, my mom's got a whole mason jar of baby teeth. Is that weird?
Yes.
A little.
Nah, lots
That-
of people
that-
do that.
that-
A mason jar? Like one or two? No, a
Listen,
mason
hair
jar?
is fine,
Maybe.
yeah, like
If it was
She's
fingernails,
had
that'd be
5
weird.
kids.
Fingernails would be even worse, yeah.
Oh, for 5 kids, that's fine.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
Does a
It
16
just
read anything?
Seems like she kind of just genuinely wanted to make you something nice because she feels bad. And she wants you to like her.
Just I'm impressed. I'm actually stunned. Please don't ever take anything from me.
Okay.
Ever. And she's just gonna just turn her head away.
I assume she doesn't take the bracelet.
Like she doesn't like continue moving faster or anything like that. Like she just turns away, just pretends that none of that happened. Just yeah.
Cold as ice.
I thought it was a sweet gesture.
I thought it was a sweet gesture.
Hey, that's
Slept in rivers that weren't as
free
cold as that.
resurrection fuel right there. If something happens to Selena, you can just bring her back lickety split.
You know, waste not whatnot.
Okay, lickety split doesn't work in this scenario. Do we have to explain how hard resurrection is for the 15th time?
No.
There isn't.
Yes, you can if you want.
Okay, well, first of all, right, resurrection. Anyone else want to do something?
I would like to continue doing something after that.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Oh,
Sure.
So, after that cold response from Christine, Tara is going to go to Selena crying.
Oh.
Oh, you.
Look what you did to the child.
Look what you did.
this is beautiful.
You motherfucker.
Are you okay? What happened?
I was trying to be nice to Christine. I made her something, and she got mad.
It's okay. Like I said, she's going through difficult things at the moment. Don't take it personally.
I don't know. I really think she hates me.
She doesn't hate me. She doesn't hate you, sorry. She's just pushing people away at the moment.
He thought what I did was creepy and wrong. I was just trying to do something sweet.
What did you do?
That Tara will take out the small bracelet woven from Selena's hair. I was trying to give her this, something that she could keep, something of you, so she could always remember you and your love. I think she thought I even stole it.
She just looks at the bracelet, looks at you, takes a deep breath, That's a really nice gesture.
I was hoping,
I'm-
but apparently it's not.
I'm sorry. She's just like trying to like not cry over it. I think hold on to that. Don't get rid of it.
Okay.
She might maybe decide to take it one day.
I don't know. I think even if it didn't come from me, she would hate it.
Maybe at the moment she doesn't understand. She doesn't want to accept. One day I might have to go away. And she doesn't want to think about that at the moment.
I guess.
But I think it's really nice. And I think that you should hold on to it.
Well, I'm glad you appreciate it. Lisa.
Do you feel better?
She nods her head. And Tara will actively put her arms out, like, for a hug.
Selena hugs her.
Yeah, Tara has a nice, long, cuddly hug. And Tara is also, like, pretty small, by the way.
Selena's like average height, but is like a whole lot of like nothing, basically. Like she's
I think,
there's not much to her.
I was looking at my notes earlier because I was finally transferring them to, like, a pad. I put her height as 4'11".
4'11". Okay.
You're a whole
I think-
foot short.
Tiny.
Let me have a look
Oh.
at mine real quick. I actually want to change Selena's height because I had it pretty short before, whereas I sort of think that she's more on the, like, she's not tall, but she's sort of average and lean. So she'd be more on like a sort of 5'8". So just an average height. But yeah, so you're a lot shorter.
Like, at her chin, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Tara is hugging her as well, she's just like, you're the best sister.
She's just like taking it in and trying not to be sad at this point. that hit home big time for her at the moment. Like the whole like keeping something of her that when she's gone sort of thing.
It's okay. When one of you passes away, I'll be sure to make a crown out of yours.
Do
Thank
it.
you,
Thanks,
buddy.
man.
If there's anything left of me, do it.
Thank you.
Alright, I'm
Alright.
good for my scenes then. Thank you for the time.
Just throw my corpse into the ocean.
Oh, maybe
Oh.
it'll be boneless, but sure.
Mystery tractor slogan.
Because I belong in the deep.
So,
So yeah.
you guys traveled the 9 days across the scrublands. Some nights you hear the sounds of other creatures and things. Listening carefully to them, you realize there's a bit of a twist to the way it sounds. After a bit, and you're able to know that you probably should avoid heading in the direction of what sounds like something that's too good to be true. The few nights pass, and at the end of the 9th day, traveling across the scrublands, you see the first signs of not really civilization, but civilization adjacent, which is a road. Which is a good sign, as the road is what you guys have been looking for as you travel diagonally across the scrublands. It doesn't take long after you reach the road to reach the edge of the Great Forest itself, and the road that bisects along near the coast. Another day is spent. That night is rested, with your 9th day finished up, and at the start of your next day, you begin the trek down the road towards Ghislaine, cutting across the Great Forest of Voneutia.
It'll take about a week to do so to get to Tide's favor.
Another 7 rations off. That puts me down to 9.
I'd like to say that at the start of our trip towards Voneutia, I actually took the create food and water. I just changed that out. I was just waiting for the right time to say it. Which I can sustain up to 15 humanoids of 5 stages for 24 hours. I'll start doing that because my rations are getting a little uncomfortably low. Yeah, if anyone wants to partake in those, then
Yes,
feel
thank you.
free.
Actually,
Sure.
And
Free food.
I'll probably. I'm guessing like I'll probably want to cast these at the start of the day, so if there's an encounter, I'll just tick off a 3rd level spell.
Yeah, I'd probably spend some of those nights during travel just trying to figure out how I want to build new gauntlets.
Yeah, and you spend some time thinking about it. If you're even inclined to go hunting, I'm assuming the rest of the party is like, hey, don't leave the road to Jakova, who hasn't passed through this area before.
That's fine.
Please don't.
Um,
That direction points towards forest.
As
You're
much
going
as
there, you're not coming back.
as much as magical metal sounds cool somewhere down the line, magical bones sound even better.
And a few days, almost immediately on this new journey, you start to see something you haven't seen in a while, which is people. As it isn't long into your first day trekking up the road where you see traders and travelers heading away from Ghislaine, passing by the party, as you got passing by you all, heading towards the Amarician Empire. And this is an uncommon sight given near the end of the season where the land bridge is available, the last of the big trades that people can do, leaving Ghislaine. And so it's not an uncommon sight for you to see 3 or 4 wagons loaded with goods and like a handful of people moving along with them, like a half dozen like caravan guards along with a few people, like drivers and whatnot, or even just like a traveler with a wagon and some belongings just by themselves heading down the road.
I just got a quick question, if that's alright.
Mhm.
How like consistent like do we see people? Like, is it like it's like consistent amount, or like is it like every like few hours or so?
It's not like a never-ending stream of people, unlike
Yeah.
in like the Amarician Empire where there was that stream of refugees you passed. This is like you'll see like a few people in the morning who might have camped like nearby, like up the road, but you just didn't know they were there, and then you might go most of the day without seeing anyone else. Or like on your 3rd day, you pass like there's a time where you pass basically 3
Okay.
caravan trains almost back to back to back. That's like 40 odd people who pass you guys.
I want to try then. Oh, sorry, I just
No, you go.
yeah. I just want to try then, like before like seeing proper people like come through. I want to like try to maintain an alter self, just
Mhm.
to kind of like, because I currently like look basically the same, just in general aspect. I still have the same clothes and everything like that. So I'm basically just going to change my appearance. I'm going to mostly just change my race to an air ganassi.
Okay.
I was actually
Just
going to say
appearance.
something sort of similar along the lines, but with less magic. Since we've hit civilization, I'm going to be wearing my manticore robe, like up hooded, kind of covering my body as well. So
You mean
that-
Manta Ray?
yeah, the cloak of the manta ray.
Okay, this is Manticore, and I was like,
I
that's
think I said manticore. Sorry, manta ray.
I had manta hood.
Manta hood, cloak of the manta hood. Yeah, I'll be wearing that and like sort of shutting it so that I can avoid sort of being identified by the Devaja robes or just anything in general.
So you two are going out of your way to kind of obfuscate how you appear.
yeah.
For the time being, I can't really do much about my clothing, so I'm trying to do my general appearance until in town where I can actually buy something.
And yeah, Judas, you do similar where you're obfuscating your armor to kind of cover it up and make it a little less obvious
I've
that
got
you're
the
a.
grey- I've got the grey cloak that Arkville gave me, and I'm just.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot I gave you. I was wondering where that
Yeah.
was. I was just looking through my
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I got that.
It's probably less worrisome for you considering you haven't really been to Ghislaine yet. But I guess like they might have.
Yeah, but
Who knows who
people-
know?
Yeah, who knows who's in the know? So
I guess as we're traveling, like Chikuva would. I imagine I have some things like in my disguise kit or something like that where I can just sort of do my hair back, you know, the sort of what you call tribal braids,
Do a
Yeah.
mohawk.
you know, all that sort of stuff, and then I would probably invert my like vestments.
I think you paid to replenish your kit.
Not
Because you'd
completely.
used-
Back in Empire, yeah.
We did say I wasn't able to get much out of it.
Yeah, you did get a few charges left, and with if you want to use them on like to like dye parts of your mane to make it a bit different, or like style them in ways to try and change exactly how you look. You can do that.
Yeah, I'll use up my last 2 charges and just call 0 out of 5.
Yeah, and if you can burn both charges, make a disguise kit check with advantage because you're using 2 charges.
Yep, that is artisan tools.
It is an artisan tool, yeah.
Could be
Is
like
that
a
Dex or
performance
is
base.
that?
I'd say, oh god,
Is
dexterity for how like effective and good looking. Intelligence
Dexterity
kind of
performance check.
intelligence kind of makes the most sense because it's disguising who you are, or charisma really.
I'm assuming there's no like way that one of us can sort of aid
Wisdom.
him. by,
Let's just do
like, you know-
charisma. I'm happy with
He's
that.
already got advantage anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
You spend the time and you do change it, like you dye sections of it you can with what inks you manage to get with it, and you stylize your mane and braids, and it does change how you look, but it isn't enough to completely obscure who you are. So people who like are actively looking for you would probably, they might give them a double take, but they'd be able to figure out who you are with
Out
some
of
decent
character,
expression.
purely out of character, to the best of my knowledge, I think the only one who might potentially be in Ghislaine, and to be fair, use DMs, I have no idea where you put her, would probably be Galadi, as she's seen me face to face. And I don't even know if she went back this way.
Depends
So,
on whether or not the fifth have got their hands somewhere in there.
exactly. To be fair,
So,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure Galadi was, at the very least, not part of the evil cult. I hope.
So you guys are doing that. Anyone else doing anything to themselves while traveling?
Yes, I
No,
informed the party that
when
I'm
I've,
going by the name Xavier.
When I've
Cool.
been through here in the past, I've taken different appearances, so I'm safe.
You're saying as what you look like? Cool. And Osiris, you doing anything funky with your appearance?
I can't imagine a reason to.
Cool.
Okay.
So you spend a day, the first few days traveling, like I say, you see a various number of people. Some of you seem to be a bit paranoid by the sound of it. Christine, especially. Anyone who wants to, if you want to try and like read into some of the people you're passing by without stopping, you can make an insight check if you'd like, just to see like the gist of those who you're traveling past and stuff like that.
let's see what this rolls first before I decide tides.
I will.
I'm going to actually throw my favor on that.
I'll
fine
get a
with that.
+5 on this, I'll be fine.
I'll save my favor for later.
So, as you're all traveling along, like I said, you passed quite a number of people. A lot of them, the group has been through a lot. You've encountered people you don't exactly trust in the past, and each of you has a different reason. Each of you has a different reason for looking out and trying to keep your eyes on those around you. Basically everyone except Osiris and Jakurva. You spend a decent amount of time every time you pass one of these wagon trains, or even just like stragglers traveling on foot, just checking their eyes, checking their like, making sure they don't have weapons, stuff like that, just to make sure that these people aren't going to suddenly pull weapons out and attack you. And a few of these groups pass you no problem. There's just traders. Some of them don't even give you glances. But you do notice in some of the larger groups that a few eyes do train with you guys for a bit. Someone glancing for maybe a few moments too long, or a person who's seems to be actively not looking at you all. And it's after this like massive like 40-person group that you realize that it's not everyone, but a few people seem to. Something about your traveling group is drawing attention.
With the people and the fact where we come from.
Could it be the smell?
Who knows? Potentially.
It could be the fact that we came from the Scrublands, just as us.
Fairness, I haven't bathed in a while.
Given
That
your
is not
past,
inherently true. I've got the special bathing room and the
It's
towel.
got a shower.
Digitation every single night to anyone who says yes.
also there you passed 2 rivers over the scrubland, so you could have bathed on either of those.
Although, ultimately, the choice is yours.
Yeah,
No, I mean, a river, sure, that sounds good actually. But
like the 3rd river you're about to pass as well.
I have a sweat bead of golden spell.
Hey Osiris,
Yes.
something seems very amiss. The next group we come across, could you do your thing where you look at their minds?
Yeah? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. You keep going. I thought you were done. Keep going, Demi.
No, that's
Okay. So next group you encounter Cyrus, you do, I'm assuming, exactly that.
Yeah, I'll do.
Yeah, later in the evening, you come across another group. This is a smaller caravan group. It's like 2 merchants and like a handful of guards. And you scan their thoughts. Just going for surface thoughts.
Yep, unless something, procs a reason not to.
Yeah. You scan across surfaces. Who do you focus in the group? There's like 2 merchants and then like 5 like guards around them. Like one dude has like a bow. 2 guys have like swords of some kind. One you can't really see a weapon. Another one has like an instrument like you.
And one. Did you say there was a bow?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, the one on the bow is riding an axe beak.
Okay, I'll gloss over whichever of the 2 is any of the merchants driving?
Yeah, well, they're both driving. Like one of them's driving, one of them's sitting next to the other one.
Yeah, I'll go over the one that's not driving, because he's not doing anything.
Okay.
His mind can wander a bit more.
That one's, you scan through his thoughts, the surface thoughts, and he's just like, the first thoughts you get are just like, goddamn, this is boring. This forest is boring. The road, I hate traveling long distances. There's so little to do. They're the main thoughts you get from the dude who's sitting there not doing a whole lot.
And then I'll go to, you said one of the guards looked like it wasn't wielding anything?
Yeah, one of them doesn't seem to have any like visible weapons.
I'll go to that, because that's likely a spellcaster and they tend to overthink a whole lot. I'm not going to the bard's
Ow.
thoughts, it's just dumb.
Being a bard, you would know. Yeah, so you sweep your mind across, passing the others, and you touch the mind of the one who seems to be walking with no visible weapons on them, and you make contact with them, and there's a flash of recognition in your mind when you touch onto theirs, and the first thing you feel is a sense of familiarity. Not from you don't know who this person is, but you get a feeling that they know who you are.
Okay. Does it feel like positive or negative?
It seems intrigued. It seems curious and intrigued, but this person is like, they're not looking directly at your group, but when you're touching their mind, you can tell they're watching your group from the corner of their eye.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna probe deeper?
Do it.
Yeah, alright.
Do it.
Yeah.
Just roll a random save and guitar rage.
Yep.
Yeah,
One
DC
second.
16 wisdom.
Okay.
If they succeed, they know you're touching their mind.
Oh yeah, if,
Yeah,
they
otherwise,
do.
if they succeed or fail, they know.
Oh, even if they fail,
Did
then.
they fail?
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Damn, that's awesome.
Good.
That's why it kind of sucks regardless.
Let me know what they got, AJ.
1 second.
So you scan their mind, you realize this sense of familiarity, and so you try to push deeper. And like when breeding most minds, you can't just brute force your way in. And as you push and find the soft spots in their consciousness in order to learn more, you manage to find a weak point, and you dig down into their recent memories and their recent thoughts. And with the thing you're pushing around with this sense of familiarity, this weird like recognition they have with you, and you're almost immediately able to realize, yeah, this person knows you. In fact, they know not just you. Flicking through there a few moments ago, they checked off in their head. They went Cyrus, not Christine because she's changed. Terra,
Altaso?
Judas, and Jacoba.
Yes.
Selena, you're disguising yourself, aren't you, as well?
Yes, and she's also changed her appearance quite a lot.
They don't immediately, actually, you don't get like Selena as a TikTok name, but you do get a sense of like curiosity about the Selena as the word Dvaja floats in his mind for a moment, with like a question mark. Like he's like maybe this person, and you dig a bit deeper, and you're like, this person's marked all of you, like he knows who you are, and you push more, and you realize he's looking out for you guys as he travels along. And he's trying to be really nonchalant, just walking along the road, like, nope, I'm not doing this. But you can tell he's actively looking for you guys, and he sees you all. What do you do with this information? Mind reading prick.
As what I do. This brand.
Does he know immediately or after the effect?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna read
DM's
it up.
discretion, I'll say.
I think it's while.
Detect
Let me look at
bullets.
I don't think it specifies after. I think it's like a while thing. Like the
According to
moment that you
times.
probe deeper, they know that someone's in there.
Yeah.
Unless
They can't really stop you from probing, so.
Unless you shift your attention to another creature's force, the creature can use its action on its turn to make an intelligence check contested by your intelligence check. And it fails, and the spell ends if it succeeds. Okay, so it just knows.
Oh,
Okay.
well, then it's then we'll probably try and get you
So
out of there.
he knows. When you push deeper, there's like a flash of recognition when he realizes that he's being brain poked.
Mhm.
In a moment before anything happens, what do you do?
And you said I don't recognize this individual, but they know us by name and by face.
They even know, they know the Leonin as Arkva.
Oh.
Oh.
That's not
I mean, the fact that they know Terran Jews is also scary.
Yeah.
Aqua is dead.
Can I keep probing?
That's so you're gonna push deeper, even deeper.
I will push for a specific thing. Yeah.
Yeah, what specific thing you gonna push for? This is gonna be your because this is basically in a moment they're gonna react to you probing their head,
Yeah.
and your choice is to in the moment go as hard further and try to learn more.
I want to try and find the memory that's tethered to that information, to them knowing us.
Okay.
I'll find where that leads back.
As you take that hint of they know your names, they specifically know Arkva as Arkva, you push, and you're in the memory where they're looking at your name on a board with the word bounty.
Oh.
And it's not just you; it's like zooms from Akbar, and you see it's a group of you, portraits of each of you drawn, each with a separate bounty. All of your names are there.
I assume the bounty will have at the bottom written where it originated.
No,
Collect.
No,
it is listed as a bounty from the eyes.
notably,
It's a bounty issued by the
okay.
eyes.
notably,
That's worth the most.
How far away from this are they?
they're going to pass you. Notably, when you push, where it says Judas, Arkva, and Christine, it's wanted dead or alive, and for everyone else, it's wanted dead.
And for Selena, it says Dvaja Sarah.
Of course, I am wanted dead.
So I assume
And alive.
because he knows I'm in his head, so he'll probably turn to look at me. I will look at him dead in the eyes and just shake my head. And
So you turn
ready
to
a
look at him.
spell.
You turn to look at him. He turns and immediately is just like, the jig is up, and draws a hand crossbow and then fires at you.
Yeah, fuck's sake.
Right, bitch.
Everyone else in his group seems surprised.
I'm
But
assuming we're
also-
surprised.
But also everyone except you is surprised. Or Judas, who can't be surprised. Yeah.
I feel like Judas should. Judas did point out that this should be done, so I will give it.
Yeah. Judas can't be surprised. Like, there is a moment where he's going to just shoot a hand crossbow at you, and then,
Where did I put this
think-
encounter? Oh yeah.
since it's 11:30, it might be a fun time to end it here.
Yeah, we'll have everyone roll initiative, so you know.
It's not gonna get me for giving up.
That combat though.
It is that combat though.
Not going to lie, this combat would have been very differently if you didn't read this guy's mind.
We would have been stabbed.
That one specifically, or any of the
That one specifically.
So I know how to pick up.
Man, good thing I decided alt itself.
Yeah, I recognize you.
I'm gonna fortune of the many that.
Natural 20.
Makes
Look
a
at
lot
all
of
those
sense.
weird numbers.
Give me that 10.
It's great because technically not being surprised, this swashbuckler doesn't get to go before you.
Does
If he doesn't
hit.
roll a 20.
And what's a light crossbow? 6? D6?
D6,
It's a
yeah.
hand crossbow's D4.
D4.
No, D6 for a hand crossbow.
That's
D8
D6
for light.
You
Never mind.
take 4 plus.
Good
4.
shot,
You
Sol.
take 8 damage as
8,
your
okay.
as your shot
8.
in the arm.
23?
Oh,
No,
God.
no, I'm at 23. It's just
Yeah.
8 wounds. I did it the wrong way.
But yeah, that was the session end.
I'm so glad I swapped out a spell.
Hey, look, it's the actions of your consequences.
Yeah. Well, hey.
You mean free XP? I'm sorry.
I am also going to point out, just for sheer convenience sake, if you guys had head south towards the Empire,
It would have been worse.
the day, literally the day you arrive in Tel Nerus, is the day your wanted posters show up in Tel Nerus.
Oh, that would have been bad.
But that's
We
such a
would've been in
good, like,
jail.
timing, though. Like,
No,
you know, as soon as you
because
walk up.
you wouldn't have it. You would have passed through the merchant's
Everyone
town where
else.
perfectly fine. You would have gotten to the biggest city with the most guards under
Yeah,
basically
that's awesome.
millet that is currently prepping for
In
like
lockdown.
yeah,
That
and
sounds
then
like
you
it be
would have
fun.
been wanted.
Maybe
So yeah, it
not.
would have been fun.
Oh, I hope Arky can help me. I might need to
it was
do
a
something
couple days since the Nolan encounter, correct?
Yeah,
Yes,
this is like
it's been
like 6 to 7 days
yeah.
since then.
This
Yeah,
is
so
now.
I just reset all the charges on my one.
Oh, no.
I
Totally.
wish to swap out my catapult for catapult.
This is
We need
now
to get you an item of
the.
catapulting.
It is the 20th of Prate.
No. I need an item that has just cat spells.
Braid's pretty cool.
Cast sleep, but only on self.
Does the kitty want catnip again?
I don't know if you
That's
should
the
do that with
question.
these guys.
It's better than casting fireball.
Dude, give me my
honestly.
crack. Let's go.
I have one level 3 spell slot to use. because
Think
of
about the
freaking
fact
water.
that
Do
these are
have to
likely
fight
just
Big
merchants
Chunkin.
and commoners.
These are people.
That's why I don't want to cast any spells on them because I
bounty
can't do
hunters.
like.
I'm gonna kill them.
I can't
So are
do-
you.
Dude, I'm so special. I get to be wanted alive.
Believe it or not, Arkva doesn't actually want to kill innocents.
No one does.
So what would I have heard if I went into anyone else's mind? If it was
You don't
like
know.
us specifically,
know.
is that like the leader or?
You know?
Motherfucker.
I can
I
tell
understand
you
the 2 eyes being wanted alive, but me, someone fucking wants me. I know who it is.
Alright,
Yeah.
what was Selena trying to say?
What was I trying to say?
Yeah.
I was trying to say I don't want to cast spells because I can't do like non-lethal spells.
Yes.
So I just want to like bolster the people who can, like knock people out.
Just charm them with your allure to succubus. It's that easy.
Because I have all of that and a bag of chips.
Are you
Chips!
are you guys going by Xavier and Aqua now? Do I need to change your little cards?
that's up to you.
No, it's up to you.
That's Xavier now.
It's up
I
to
thought-
you.
I thought- I need to actually think of like a temp name, but it's not going to change anything for me
In the
either.
case of Jakura, I mean, Arkva was his original name to begin with, so...
Has anybody noticed?
Yeah, I'm just gonna
that-
say, if you want it to be accurate, Arkva is appropriate at this point.
Okay.
Has anybody noticed that Aqua is very close to Aki and Xavier is very close to Xavier?
It is.
What are
Yeah,
you guys trying to do, huh?
they're your dads.
Just trying to tear the family apart.
No!
We're sorry, we didn't want to
They
tell
are the
you.
dads of the
They,
Errors,
they
I
killed
think,
Judas and they killed Aqua years ago and they took their place to be your
They
dads.
are-
This is
Xavier
why I
and
would-
Aqua are the fathers of the group.
My fortune of the many to increase my initiative to 10.
Can you do that?
Yeah, ability check.
It's an ability check.
It is an
Alright,
ability check.
If you want to do that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
totally. It's a
Pick
10
it
is
up.
better than a 5.
At this point, Arkva has 3 names. It's Arkva, Jakura, or Rivage. Technically Little
Or-
Kitten as well, but I'm not sure if that
I've
counts.
got multiple surnames, just not primary name.
Little kitten is very important.
We would like
Cyrus is the granddaddy.
Darian and I were like, well, no, I was like Darian's like, what are the consequences of what they did with the eyes? Like escaping from them.
Tara's the little sister. Christine's the middle child, and I'm the older sister.
It's just like real life. God damn it.
But
You're the wayward middle child.
The perfect spell.
But
So happy.
yeah, streamy people got anything streamy to do?
I've been very
I actually do for once. Starting of tomorrow, I'm doing a full month of Spooktober. Or I'm doing a month straight of playing spooky games, starting with Bioshock.
Go watch that. Just Twitch TV/Cicero.
Oh,
Is Ruins of Rosia happening tomorrow?
Yeah, that's happening tomorrow. I was still a bit build, but didn't announce it in the group chat. But
gonna get better at this.
listen, man, I thought it wasn't happening.
The way I do it, Dimitri, is I just at the start of the week on the Monday when I'm awake, I'm just like all the games that are relevant this week. I at them at the same time.
Also, do I need to be awake in the morning?
And not the ones that aren't
I
relevant.
assume so. No one said no.
Okay.
Yeah,
JJ.
I'll be there. If I'm not, wake me up.
Dimitri,
I think so.
ring him. I don't have his number.
JJ,
I have his number.
Yes.
I promise I'll be there this Tuesday.
You sure about this?
Yes.
I've told
Tuesday, okay?
I've told Twitter. At some point, Twitter's gonna give.
No, next Tuesday I'm fine. The Tuesday after I'm having
Whatever.
surgery, so then I can't be there. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be more Hollow Knight. I think I'm dicking around until I want to go fight the boss, like the final boss. I think. So watch that. That's fun. Tuesday will be Bringus Farms. She promised it. This is then when Kay says I can't make it. I have drunk to do, and then would
No,
be
I'm
mad
working till 3, so I'm good.
for now. We were good for now last week. Remember?
Yeah, but that wasn't my fault.
Wednesday is going to be Kingdom Hearts. I'm sorry, I was going to play it and then I had to cook dinner and that was lasagna. I'm not a fan of lasagna. Mum was going to pick up some roast chickens. She didn't pick up roast chickens. She picked up chips and tenders, which is fine, but I had to wait for that to cook and it took forever. So
I was like, had all the wiki stuff up ready to go.
So next week, I promise. And Thursday was I got home from work at 6 p.m.
You did.
And had to immediately cook dinner. So yeah, they're mine.
Both of them or just one?
Both. That one's definitely mine.
They're looking
I
at
can
you.
wield the moon touch longsword. No gauntlet.
You can.
Yeah, you can, buddy.
And yeah,
It needs to be washed.
it does need washed. And that was next Friday is the Gamma P. They're in precarious
Oh, no.
times as well. We're going to find out why they have a bounty in Gamma P. It's gonna be
So
great.
this is the fucking thing. Fuck you.
No, it's not.
That's awesome.
It's way. It's
That's
actually.
not.
That's two.
No,
That's,
I think it's like 3 months behind.
yeah, it's 3 months
Yeah.
behind. But we'll find out more of that. Yeah. Again, we're putting a bit of a rush on on Gamma P just so the guys in here don't spoil themselves too much from playing this game in Echoes. It should be the reverse, but listen,
Somehow it's not.
things happen. And we're back in 2 weeks' time for more combat and fun Gizlane fun times, maybe.
All gives like fun
Fun.
times each week.
Fun, he says.
It's fun for me and Darren a little bit.
I'm having
Enjoying
fun.
this.
I like to see you solve my puzzles of Lakota and Gnolls.
What about this puzzle?
This is a fun puzzle.
Stop making me kill innocents.
You
They
have
didn't
to-
deserve it.
You have
If
to
a
fight a
puzzle
big
is
chicken.
just grabbing the Rubik's Cube and smashing it on the ground until all the pieces come apart, then yeah.
And then you
I think
place them back.
if they attack us, that means they're not innocent, technically, right?
No. No.
That
Don't.
works.
No, I mean, let's argue with logistics. You're wanted
That's-
criminals.
Just
Do you want to
stop
take that up to the judge?
Anyway,
I believe we're trying to take down the judge.
we're signing
That's
this
the
up.
point.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.